morning. I got to say the weekend was cool and a lot of rain, but not the washout that we thought it was going to be.
Right.
So I guess it's better than what we thought, a little bit.
Yeah, there were opportunities to still enjoy it.
Yeah. And the next couple of days going to be we're going to struggle. We're going to struggle to get into the low 60s today, so be aware of that. All right, what a weekend. Yankees fans, how you doing? It is funny because I just heard somebody explain to me how weak the National League is compared to the American League. And I said, well, you really think?
No.
Yeah.
No. And, here's the thing. I did put a rant up on Facebook on, I believe it was Friday or Saturday night. It's one thing to have a game go into extra innings and it to be very close, scoreless. It was very competitive on Friday. But when you are an utter disgrace and an utter disaster and collapse, first of all, Juan Soto did not play at all against the Dodgers, which was a huge a wake-up call. Without him in the lineup, it's definitely a different team.
And he may be in some trouble here, injury-wise. So.
Well, they say he's supposed to be playing today, and the MRIs were negative.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see what happens. But, I remember my future father-in-law and I have been talking all year long that, middle relief and a closer is an important part of your team. And
well, of course
when you're playing
today
a championship caliber team like the Dodgers, you need that. And so we showed our true colors on Saturday.
One series, that's what this was.
I know, that's what everybody's saying, right? Well,
but listen. And here's the other thing. You have to understand that I listen to the two of you every morning getting all upset. The reality, first of all, you could be a Mets fan, and we've lived it. But the reality is you're still, I don't care how bad the team is, you're still playing a Major League Baseball team. These are elite athletes. And when a team can come together on any given day, they can beat any other team in the league. It's just that way.
Well, look at you guys yesterday.
And you're playing, see, what I keep saying, and nobody listens, is the Mets are a quality team that just has not been able to find a way to gel. And if they could, will be a contender. And I know that Davey laughs every time I say that, but let's see what happens. Nonetheless, a team could also go into a skid, Andrew. You could have an awful July, and the Yankees could be sitting in third place. So this is an interesting game, this game of baseball.
It is, but I'm looking at the trend, right? And the trend is when you play teams like Baltimore and you look terrible, you can't score any runs, your offense freezes, and you give up a ton of runs. And then you play a team like the Dodgers, both teams that you'll play possibly ultimately in the postseason and maybe even the World Series. It's like they freeze. My Facebook post that got everybody riled up was, the Yankees are starting to look like the Cowboys of Major League Baseball, right? They look really good against teams that they should definitely win against, but teams that are competitive or give them a little bit of a tough time, they fold, it seems to be. So,
well, I can say that the Mets split. I think I said this on Friday that it would be nice if they could sweep, but if they could just split this series with the Phillies, that would be a big, big move. And it was, and the finish was in spectacular fashion.
Yes. They almost blew it yesterday.
Davey, I don't believe in that. Sorry, that's all I hear from you Yankees fans. We almost blew it. I just, every team is going to take a shot. Give me a break. They almost blew it. Now I'm mad.
Well, they did.
Listen, no, they didn't. They won the game. That's all that matters. And it was a 2-3. It was a 2-3 put out at the very end with bases loaded. So I'd say that's a pretty huge win. You Yankees fans can cry like babies all you want. I really just can't
lump me
stand
in with
to listen to it. Here's Mike and Skyler. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning. Andrew, I was listening to you. I have to disagree a little bit because here's the thing, too. That's the first time they played each other this year, right? Dodgers and the Yankees. So
I believe so.
It's going to be, the first matchup. That series, I know the actually was a good game. It was going back and forth. You know who was going to win. The Yankees ended up winning it. Yes. But they could have very easily won 2 out of 3 games. That first game, where they couldn't get any. I mean, they just the pitching had total control pretty much most of the game, and then they still, even when the Dodgers took the lead 2-0, but then they got one run, but they just couldn't finish it. They have it, and they did this whole thing in their whole series without Soto, who was a big part of them all year long. First, it was the first 2 tests, but they still. I mean, I know it's in a playoffs, World Series, you got best out of 7, best out of 5. It's also a different environment.
Yeah.
I mean,
listen, Mike, you got to know. You have to know, Mike. I am a very optimistic person with everything except for my teams. So when it comes to Green Bay or the Yankees,
to you guys.
I am. Listen, and Bill, over there with you Yankees fans, don't lump me in with that because I support the Mets, despite what everybody else might think. I'm for my New York baseball teams. Obviously, if it was coming down to New York Yankees and Mets in the World Series, you know who I'm rooting for. But I do support the Mets. I want to see them succeed.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is I was just frustrated with, I just hate when a team like that, with a player like that, who's given us trouble his whole career, hits a grand slam off us. I was ticked off, to say the least. So.
I know.
Okay.
One last thing. How about did you watch yesterday's game, right?
Yeah, on and off.
The play right in the first inning where it looked like I think, did he catch that ball and there was a review on it? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that one.
It almost looked like a short hop, and then they overturned it. I'm thinking, oh my God! And then you look at the replay; they showed a lot. You have to check that out.
Yeah, I'll have to look at it.
Well, again, it's June, but
we avoided the sweep.
All right.
We avoided the sweep.
All right, Michael. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, man.
You too. Don't forget 1 o'clock, though.
Is it 1 o'clock or 10 o'clock?
Well, it's 1 o'clock our time. I think it's 10 o'clock theirs.
Okay. Okay, so it's 1 p.m. our time.
10 p.m. Pacific.
Okay. I just saw the 10 a.m., so it's 10 a.m. Pacific, right? Okay, thank you, man. Have a wonderful day. That is the Apple announcement will come today, and the word is that Siri is going to get a major upgrade with artificial intelligence. We'll see what they say today. How about the Belmont Stakes? The 17-1 horse ends up winning. Davey, you're happy. You won?
Yeah, I did a $2 bet on it.
Okay. Why did you pick the number 6 horse? You just liked him. Door Knock, I believe, was the horse.
Well,
because that wasn't Scott's pick, by the way.
No, I was with Scott on Saturday.
How'd he do? Did he take a bath or did he do okay?
No, he did okay. He did great Friday and on Saturday.
Yeah, because he bets all the he's all in. So, all right. So you did well, Davey. Very nice.
Yeah.
And of course, the world's largest yard sale. The weather actually kind of came around a little bit for Saturday. So that's always a good thing. How about the Boilermaker we're hearing is now sold out. 10,000 runners are in play, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's still room in the 5K. And coming up...
and you could do charity bib.
The charity bib is an option. And if you're looking to run and you don't have a bib, this is really your only option right now.
Yeah, it's actually, I did that a few years for Citron, and I was happy to participate in that. You basically, you get a bib, but in exchange for raising a certain amount of funds for the organization that you
I believe
it's
choosing. Like 500. Is that
I think
what you're
that's
supposed
the minimum,
to raise?
yeah. But it's always a great, it makes you feel good because you're running for yourself and you're running for a great organization. So I'm sure you can pick the charity bib organizations at the Boilermaker website.
Richard says Sunday rain. Sunday morning from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. we received over 2 inches of rain. I'm up then, and it poured nonstop. It did rain early, and then things were not. It wasn't a complete washout. It actually had a little bit of sunshine, but windy and cold. It does not feel like June, and won't feel that way today or probably tomorrow. We'll be back into normal temperatures by Wednesday in the mid 70s. Richard's not done yet. Hold on the Mets. 10 out of the 30 teams in baseball are under 500, which is unheard of. Plus, I'm a huge Mets fan, and they are far from a quality team. Actually, Keeler, they are horrible. Richard, if I listened to everything you said, I don't know where I would be. Probably somewhere in the gutter, drinking Mad Dog 2020. So sorry, I'm not with you. What else this morning? Did you see the story about the? This is a crazy story. A truck owner. There was a pickup truck. He kept hearing, and this was in Syracuse. He kept hearing a cat sound coming from his vehicle. He thought it was a cat sound. Sean Cathcart was approached by a security guard in Syracuse in the parking lot Thursday about a strange noise coming from his truck. Your truck is meowing, the person said. I think there's a cat under your hood. So Cathcart, who lives in Oswego County, said he was at Crouse Hospital for a doctor's appointment when the meowing was discovered. He and others worked for an hour trying to get the cat out. They had determined there was a cat in there. A worker from the hospital brought out a ladder to climb up and look down into the engine area, but nobody could find the cat. Suddenly, for 20 minutes, the meowing stopped. He thought the cat had somehow run off, but as he started to drive, the meowing started all over again.
They couldn't find anything on the initial.
He ended up bringing his Silverado pickup truck to a Chevy dealership in East Syracuse, which is about a 12-minute ride down Interstate 690. It said no one laughed at him when he pulled into West Her Chevrolet in East Syracuse off Bridge Street. Instead, 8 mechanics and others jumped into action. James Gustina, a service advisor, said everyone could hear the meowing. He and 3 technicians pulled out their flashlights and searched throughout the truck, trying to find the cat. This is from Syracuse.com. I could hear it meowing, but we could not figure out where it was. I mean, they could not find this cat. They finally found the cat near the plastic cowl that goes over the window wiper transmission. Cathcart said he doesn't know how the cat got there. He said it's possible it rode all the way from Oswego to Syracuse, which is about a 37-mile ride. In order to get the cat out, Gustina asked Cathcart if it was okay with them to remove the truck part. And they really had to take a portion of that engine, the top of that engine, albeit
it'll never be the same
the
after
windshield
that.
washer, windshield wiper mechanism. They were able to pull the wiper arms off, started pulling the cowl off, and all of a sudden they spotted the cat. Then they had to remove the wiper transmission. And actually got a hold of the cat and pulled the cat out. They had to take that whole assembly apart to find this cat.
How much was that bill?
Boy, you really kind of wonder, and I don't see that in the story. How much they ended?
How big is the cat?
Listen, the dealership did not charge for taking his truck apart to rescue the cat.
Only to put it back together.
He spent $80 to have 10 pizzas delivered, however, to the car dealership.
That's awesome.
So there was no charge.
So
that is a pretty cool story.
Is that a picture of the cat there? Hold on, if you scroll up.
Yeah, there he is right there with the, and it's a tiny little cat.
At least it's cute. If it was an ugly cat, I'd just say leave it in there.
I think it would be more of a kitten than it would be a cat. So there you go. I mean, these cats, for some reason, they get up in there and they like the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do? I mean, you don't want to kill snakes, right? You don't want, but you see another one. You have no choice. You got it, because your wife will go nuts. She'll never go out in the backyard again. This thing went all weekend long. We were trying to find a snake. All weekend long. And I finally found it on Sunday. It was about a 10-minute fight back and forth between me and the snake, but
you took care of it.
By the way, the snake killing was brought to you by Mutual of Omaha. I feel like I have a wild kingdom going on in my backyard.
We had one last summer where I looked. The dog was getting into something by the garage, and I looked, and we were sitting on the back porch, and the snake was eating a frog.
Well, that's what the snakes are looking for. It was a
large snake.
Because we have a little pond.
Yeah, because it was raining, and so I was able to free the frog, and I was spraying the hell out of the snake with the hose, trying to get it to go away. I didn't have it in me to kill it, and now she's reluctant to go to that portion of the backyard still.
Well, it's the fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
People fear, and it's not just women. I mean, I see you with a bug. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, well, or a
You go
spider.
nuts.
But, give me a snake any day.
Let me break and we'll come back. And we have a full program today, a bunch to get to, and a return of something. And you'll see it happen right around our free money question of the day. Do you know she went with $500 on Friday, Davey? Holy moly.
What was she
had
thinking?
a fit. But,
yeah, I heard it.
But there actually wasn't a winner, and it was close. In fact, I got to tell you,
I
there could have
told
been
you $200 before on Thursday.
There could have been two winners, two correct answers there. Because beignet, the question was, what is Café du Monde famous for? And the answer is beignet. And then the line started lighting up. People started messaging me, and they said, you got to say coffee, too.
John would have
because you can buy Café du Monde coffee in the grocery store. So he would have been correct. But she instead said cannolis.
Good guess, though.
And yeah, I thought it was a pretty good guess, except this is
French and not
French
Italian.
versus Italian. All right, let me break quickly. We'll come right back. It is a cool start to the day. We're going to remain right around in this area, in the low 50s to low 60s through the day today, and the same thing for tomorrow before things begin to warm up. Currently, we are at 52 degrees at WIBX.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top-quality tires at unbeatable prices. At Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, we believe that safety and savings go hand in hand. That's why we offer the best prices up front on top brands, including Summit, Nokia, Bridgestone, and more. With Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, you'll drive away with peace of mind and money in your pocket. Locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Replacing your roof isn't a decision you take lightly. You want industry standards met with affordable options and a crew who knows how important a sound roof is to you and your family. That is Padula & Sons Roofing is your hometown roofers with deep roots in our community. Padula Roofers specialize in residential roofing projects. They're a GAF certified master elite roofing contractor who keeps their standards above the rest. Call 315-733-1564 to find out more about their roofs for troops mail-in rebate. That is Padula & Sons Roofing, your hometown roofers.
Memorial Day deals are here at Mattress Express. Save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic sets and then get up to a $300 prepaid Visa card from Mattress Express. Then take up to 60 months to pay with no money down for qualified buyers on Tempur-Pedic at Mattress Express.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, give me the update if we can. First of all, Katie Aiello was supposed to be on Friday, and listen, here's the thing that kills me: she has to work. I mean, I'm just you judge for yourself here. Katie Aiello can't come on because she has to open up her coffee shop.
Correct.
Probably people waiting in line to get in every morning. When she was running for office and she wanted publicity, she couldn't wait to get in here. On a moment's notice, she'd be in here.
Or on the phone.
Or on the phone.
Which is all we're really
now
asking
all of a
for.
sudden she can't come on the phone because she's way too busy. until 11 a.m. That's a lie. That is a distortion of the truth. No, I really am working. No, you may be, but you are not so busy that you can't call in. That's a lie.
She says she needs more than the 5 to 10 minutes we were asking for.
Here's the other thing. Apparently, there's a group out there trying to recall her election. I don't think that'll go anywhere. I don't know why they're even doing this. She won, although they're trying to say she doesn't live in the city, I'm assuming.
Okay.
So that's been a long time.
Well, I don't think she does.
And by the way, there have been, she lied all during that, too. It was all distortion. The first time I ever met her, I said, Katie, are you related to the Aiellos and Herkimer? And she said no. Then we find out she's absolutely related. I know the Aiellos and Herkimer. She's absolutely related to the Aiellos. Why would she say no to that? Because probably she didn't want people to think that she wasn't living in Utica. Okay, whatever. We let that go. We always gave her a fair shake, even through all of those crazy Complete Street, that mess. She would say she spoke with business owners. She never did. She put out a video. If the business owners saw the video, that was the communication. If they didn't see the video, they didn't have communication. All I can tell you is the business owners, reputable business owners like the Stanley Theater, said she never approached us. She's saying she did. She never approached us. So with that said, I'd have to call that a lie. And now I'm seeing it happen to us. First of all, she said, Andrew, you reached out to her on Monday. She said she could do Friday, but then you didn't reach out to her for the rest of the week. She didn't think it was on anymore, so now she can't work. She couldn't come in on Friday because she had to open up her very busy, I'm not done yet, open up her very busy coffee shop.
Sorry.
And then it goes even further where, okay, maybe she'll come in on Monday, and now she says she can't do it, but she was able to put out this video which is saying, this is the problem with people. They always say what isn't good, what they don't like, but no one ever offers up any solution. How about some solutions for a change? How about, no, we're saying what you did is ugly, okay? That is fact number one. It's a lot of opinion. There are a lot of people, yep, you're absolutely right. Most people's opinion is, and don't give me one of your stupid non-scientific polls because they don't work. It's that alleyway in downtown Utica in Franklin Square looks horrible. And it's unsafe. So beyond all of that, well, it's the contractor's fault. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. See, she won't come in for an interview, so I'm conducting one with my alter ego here. So she puts out, and I'll play some of this video.
Katie.
This video just turns my my wife was playing it for me because you sent it to her.
I know. Because you don't have Instagram.
I just said, please stop it. I cannot listen to this garbage. People need to start coming up with what we did say what you should have done.
Yeah,
we did have a solution, and the solution was you should have fixed what was there, left those light poles. Well, homeless people sleep around them, and then they take the copper out of them. That's a bad excuse.
What?
That's what I heard. The reason they don't want those lights there is because the homeless people will come in and take the copper out.
Okay.
Well, right now, homeless people are leaving their buffet breakfast all over the ground there. They're leaving clothes there every day.
Well,
they're sleeping on those benches.
Actually, it is somewhat of a homeless deterrent because other than the benches, nobody wants to sleep on the uncomfortable broken glass.
Anyway, this whole thing that no one offered a solution is not true. You could have put money into fixing the walls and completely redoing, and the cement was in perfectly good shape. You didn't have to do anything with the cement. Maybe you paint the cement. But that could have been fixed up with some new benches, and it would have looked, with the brick background, it would have matched Hotel Utica and Franklin Square, and it would have looked very nice. Instead, you have a sore thumb sticking out. It just doesn't look right there. I mean, that isn't even, we can debate that. I mean, you know what it's like. You walk into a house, and all of a sudden, the whole bathroom is like green with yellow flowers, and you're like, okay, I think we can all agree this has to be changed. And Katie, that's what you've developed down there. And now you're whining like a little, what age group is she in?
I don't know.
Give me if I'm telling you, no responsibility, no accepting the truth, not willing to stand up. Oh, I'm going to put out a video and everyone, please. How about sitting here, let us ask you some questions. I can't ask any questions on your video. And to imply that we are just throwing out an opinion without offering up any solutions is garbage. Here's a solution. Get something in there and dig that garbage up. Start over. Looks stupid.
Yeah.
I don't even care about this thing. This was we had listeners that were reaching out to us. I really don't care, but your actions after we were so good to you during that debacle of that Complete Street debacle, which was the rollout was terrible. The communication with the community was horrific. You're lucky you got reelected.
And, to say that there were no suggestions.
Now I'm done.
It's okay. Thank you. Well done, by the way. You said it all. To say that there's no other solutions, that nobody had any. Well, yeah, because you had all the carte blanche with the ARPA money. You had the green light from Mayor Palmieri to do whatever you wanted.
And the fact is, we said
nobody was consulted.
This really was more of a Mayor Palmieri problem, who just let everybody go instead of really getting in and being constructive and coming up with things that would help the city going forward. Instead, he just let everybody go off and do their own thing.
I mean, for $200,000 or even a half of that, $100,000, you could have done, some nice brickway, like pavers or something like that in there.
I spoke with somebody the other day.
I don't understand the concept. It's supposed to be an homage to the Mohawk River or the Barge Canal. It's green grass with no texture or topography.
It looks awful. I spoke to somebody the other day who said, I completely disagree with you. And this is a person close to city politics. I disagree with you on the Mayor Palmieri thing. We really worked hard. We did have committees. We put things in place. But where I do agree with you is that alleyway in Franklin Square is ugly and unsafe and should be gone.
Oh, boy.
That's where they agreed with me. You know why? Because I'm right. Give me a break.
If you do approve.
And that video angered me so much. Like, what are you? The media is coming in. They're being mean to me. I'm a poor pioneer woman. What movie was that from?
That's the Bridesmaids.
I'm poor. Help me.
Oh, I don't know.
Pioneer woman. There's a pioneer woman out on the wing.
Yeah, Bridesmaids. That's awesome. There's a
Come
colonial
on.
woman on the wing.
Accept a little responsibility and stop being a baby.
The if you do approve of or think or can give a valid argument as to why that alleyway is beautiful, 315-736-0186.
Oh, I'm dying to hear.
We
Could
would love
someone
to
explain to me the beauty
or the concept even.
Later this morning, I'll play the video, and it's just ridiculous. Let's see. I have Mike here this morning saying. Let's see. Actually, it's a guy's name, Cathcart or Catcart. That is kind of funny. His name kind of
sounds like that. Yeah.
Kind of sounds like, a mink got into my neighbor's koi pond. He lost all the fish that he had raised there for years.
Wow.
Yeah. This is the thing. I've been watching.
Should make a coat out of that thing.
I've been watching crows get in. Not crows, but I forget which bird they are, but they're the large blackbirds. They're
raven?
Like this might be a raven, the size of like a big chicken. And they get in there, and they're looking for one thing. And those fish are just swimming around like everything's all good.
They think their life's just perfectly safe.
Yep. Nothing's going to hurt us. We're A-okay.
Bye-bye. Wayne's saying, I didn't win that horse race. I flopped. Wayne, a big loser.
Yeah. Well, I got to say, anybody that... that 17-1 horse, although Davey says he picked it, unless you were kind of looking for a long shot here or there, you wouldn't have probably gone with that horse. And, I think most people probably did lose because of that.
Davey, imagine
Not
if
Davey. Davey walked away a winner.
Yeah, imagine if you had bet $200 instead of $2.
If I bet $200, I wouldn't be here today.
How much did you win? How much did you bet?
I bet it $2.
You bet $2.
I won $37.56.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
You would have won $3,000. So that would have been enough for you to retire, huh? $3,700.
I would have been happy. I wouldn't have been here for one.
Yeah.
I would have been. I would
You'd
have
have taken a few days off.
Yeah, I would have went on a splurge.
You would have splurged.
You would have gone and put it all on black,
He
huh?
absolutely would have splurged.
I probably would have went to Kansas City tonight and watched the Yankees.
Oh, there you go.
So, what do we think of the Olympics decision to not bring in Caitlin Conley?
Caitlin Clark?
Sorry, Clark. Sorry.
They definitely don't want to bring
I'm
in
getting them all
Caitlin
in there.
Conley.
I'm mixing them all in.
I don't know. It's you got to be careful how you talk about this.
The
But
way she has handled it has been very, very good.
yeah,
Although she did say they've awakened the monster. She said that to her coach, basically meaning that means I'm gonna work even harder now to show them that they should have selected me. But her answers are all I respect it. I'll be watching. I'm rooting for everybody. That's the right answer. But there was the other player too from LSU. Was it LSU they played in the finals?
yes. The
other player that probably should have got in too. The two of them are just spectacular.
Angel Reese.
Yeah. They'd have been on the same team.
There is a jealousy, or I don't know what it is, but there is definitely some bullying and some exclusion and some resentment for Caitlin Clark because she, signed a $25 million deal with Nike, and she's finally bringing some attention to the WNBA. I don't know. A lot of the sports commentators have talked about maybe it's the possibility of there's a racial element of this, which unfortunately has taken over a lot of, I think, today's society.
Well, Brianna Stewart's in.
Yeah, but
She's white.
Yeah, I just don't know.
I don't think it's racial as much as and maybe there's a little in there. It's like, oh, you're giving her all the attention because she's white. I think there probably has been some of that, but for the most part, they just left off these younger players and they went with the more veteran players. But many in the sport have said leaving off Caitlin Clark is, if you wanted to continue to grow women's basketball, you just blew it.
Yeah, and they put and again, this Brittany Griner has not played. I don't think she's played it but one game this year, and she made the team. So there's everybody's up in arms about that too.
Well, it is what it is. I do think it's somewhat disappointing because you would look forward to seing her play.
Yeah,
there's just
she
no
would
doubt
give you a
about it.
competitive edge in the Olympics.
She's really, really good, right?
And again, I heard from people over the weekend that said, again, people, not me, other people giving me this opinion. Who cares? It's women's basketball, which is not a appropriate thing to say.
I got to say, I would disagree with that based on the women in soccer, women in hockey, women now in basketball, in many different scenarios, especially in college, they have outdrawn men when it comes to
if you look at
TV
the
ratings and that sort of thing.
Correct.
Look what happened in the LPGA ShopRite final round yesterday. A lady from Sweden shot a 60. She was 11 shots back, and she ended up winning.
Wow. Well, that shows you Sunday anything can happen, right? That's pretty cool.
Here's Dana about the pond situation.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have a koi pond with a large koi pond.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
she said we've had mink, osprey, and heron attack our pond. It's a constant struggle.
Now we have snakes. I'm sure they have snakes too.
Oh yeah.
But the problem is though, I'm like, okay, I see there's a snake. I'm gonna get it, and then
Nobody will be the wiser.
And then it got away.
Oh boy.
So then my son saw it and immediately goes to tell my wife,
Yeah.
Look at what's
he thinking?
Look at there's a snake out here. And that was the end of it. It's like, oh my God, this is terrible.
You have the whole backyard to yourself.
So I yesterday came out, and there that snake was after we'd gone after it like 4 times from Friday. There that snake was, just waiting there waiting for a frog to come out. And I caught it right at in the tail area, so now I've got it.
You're holding it.
So I had to reach over, and my wingspan's not all that good.
You're brave.
But so that was like an ice chopper I had, and then I reached over and grabbed a shovel. Now I'm trying to with 2. I'm like Edward Shovel Hands, and I'm going. And finally, after it really took me about 10 minutes. That snake just, I don't want the thing to suffer. I do have even for snakes. So ultimately,
I wish I would have had
snake
video
is,
of that.
my wife already checked the Ring camera. It didn't show up. Ultimately, I got the snake, and there we are. And here we are on a Monday. I'll play that Katie Aiello video audio for you later on in the hour. Also, we're going to this morning, if you don't win Hobica's free money question of the day, we may add this week a special week, call it Consolation Week. Not only do you get a consolation prize, but you're going to have a chance to win again if you lose.
Ooh.
I'll explain that when we get to it coming up in just a little bit. Also this morning, I want to tell you about 3 big things that are going on, including you could win windows from New York Sash coming up.
Discover the hidden treasures at the Potting Shed Antiques Grand Estate Sale. Join us at 179 Main Street in Whitesboro on June 13th, 14th, and 15th. Explore 8,700 square feet packed with antique furniture, modern pieces, stunning artwork, massive train sets, slot machines, pinball machines, fine china, tools, and so much more. Don't miss out on these incredible finds. Visit the Potting Shed Antiques website for all the details. The Potting Shed Antiques Estate Sale, June 13th, 14th, and 15th. See you there.
Let's face it, life can just get messy. John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation will take care of it for you. If you need help with clearing out your home or commercial building, John's Cleanouts will handle it. We understand sometimes it's more than just a cleanout, it's an accumulation of someone's life. We go the extra mile to do the job with integrity, and we're fully insured in the industry. Call John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation today and take the stress out of your mess.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
Attention. If your teen or preteen is or has been addicted to Instagram, Snapchat, or TikTok and been treated for eating disorders, body image issues, anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts, you may be eligible to participate in a lawsuit for significant compensation. Text POWER to 323232 for more information. Disclosures by multiple Facebook whistleblowers suggest Instagram knows their social media platform is highly addictive and causes eating disorders, body image issues, depression, and suicidal ideation, but have done little to stop it. If your family has been impacted by social media addiction, you could be eligible for significant compensation. Text POWER to 323232 if you'd like to discuss a lawsuit. Text POWER to 323232. Text the word POWER to 323232.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Motley Rice attorney Donald A. Migliori is responsible for this ad. Motley Rice, LLC is headquartered at 28 Bridgeside Boulevard, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome,
W295EI,
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
A meeting with a probation officer. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Something no president has ever had, but Donald Trump doesn't have to be in New York for it today. He'll be in a video call from his Florida resort.
This is prior to his July 11th sentencing date, following his conviction for falsifying business records in the so-called hush money case. The purpose of the interview is to prepare a report for the judge, which can be used to determine proper punishment. Judge Juan Merchan can hand down a sentence ranging from probation and community service to 4 years in prison.
Fox's Kevin Uretsky. Now, the former president insists he committed no crimes. He's a political target.
I got indicted again and again and again. I was never indicted. In a period of this little tiny period of time, I was like a ping pong ball.
The former president at a rally in Nevada after days of big fundraisers out west.
We have a lot of Democrats that are coming over because really we're the party of common sense.
The trial resumes this morning for President Biden's son Hunter in Wilmington, Delaware, where Fox's Rich Edson reports.
On Friday, lead defense attorney Abby Lowell was overheard saying that he was going to take the weekend to decide if Hunter Biden was going to get called to the stand. Well, that answer is due in a couple of hours when court reconvenes here. So we'll all figure out if we're going to see Hunter today take the stand. If he does not, decides against taking the stand, this could all happen very, very quickly. We could get into closing arguments and jury deliberations by this afternoon.
Hunter Biden's charged with illegally buying a gun in 2018 while an illegal drug user. 2 Israelis have resigned from the war cabinet, including centrist leader Benny Gantz, accusing Prime Minister Netanyahu of mismanaging the war against Hamas the day after a raid rescued 4 Israeli hostages.
Special forces stormed 2 buildings in the Nuseirat refugee camp. There, they were engaged in firefights with Hamas gunmen, but ultimately completed the mission.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv, an Israeli soldier was killed. And officials in Gaza say the rescue mission also left 274 Palestinians dead. America's listening to Fox News.
Your pet isn't just a pet, they're part of your family. Most of the pet food on the market is cooked at high temperatures, which kills nutrients. A scoop of Dynovite is a 3-in-1 daily supplement, adding back key nutrients to your pup's health. Try Dynovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio. That's dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
We mentioned Israel versus Hamas, the battle in Gaza. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has just arrived today in Egypt for more talks aimed at achieving an elusive ceasefire. Blinken will also return to Israel and go to Jordan and Qatar on this trip to also discuss getting more humanitarian aid into Gaza for Palestinian civilians. Later this week, the secretary will join President Biden at the summit of G7 countries in Italy. Helping Ukraine battle Russia will be a big topic.
Russian President Putin said U.S.-made arms to Ukraine could prompt him to arm Russian partners such as Iran, China, and North Korea with nuclear weapons. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan on CBS Face the Nation said that possibility is being weighed.
And we will consult with our allies and partners on the best way forward to ensure a safe, reliable, and credible nuclear deterrent by the United States.
Sullivan did say the U.S. is having some success in talks with China about arms control, and those discussions are ongoing. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stocks could drop to start the week. Futures are falling ahead of key inflation data Wednesday, when we also hear from the Federal Reserve Chairman on interest rates. In the NBA Finals, Boston wins again.
The Mavericks had cut a 14-point deficit down to 5 points last night with 1:15 to play, but Dallas got no closer.
7 seconds remaining. The Celtics are going to take a 2-0 lead in the finals. A smothering defense here in the fourth quarter.
On ABC, the Celtics are 2 wins away from breaking a tie with the Los Angeles Lakers for the most championships in NBA history. Game 2 in Boston, Celtics got 26 points and 11 rebounds from Drew Holiday. And the Celtics beat the Mavericks 105-98.
That's Fox's Jared Max. Game 3 will be Wednesday night in Dallas. At the French Open, Carlos Alcaraz was the winner, beating Alexander Zverev in 5 sets. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. WIBX 950 AM at 92.3 FM news time, 7:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. This update brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories at Oriskany Falls. For all your mobile home needs, it's worth the trip. Go to johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more information. Jury deliberations are set to continue today in the murder trial of DeVary Griswold. The jury got the case Friday but did not reach a verdict on whether Griswold is guilty of having a role in the death of 11-year-old Brexely Torres Ortiz. The girl was killed in a drive-by shooting in Syracuse last January, and 2 of Griswold's co-defendants chose to take plea deals. If found guilty, Griswold is facing decades in prison. It looks like people who did not sign up for the Boilermaker 15K road race in Utica are likely out of luck. That is because organizers say they've now hit the 10,000 person limit that was set. Anyone still hoping to take part in the race must now either put their names on a waiting list, run the 5K instead, or register for a charity bib. The annual event is set to take place Sunday, July 14th. New York Attorney General Letitia James will be celebrating the passage of new legislation today. She's going to hold a virtual press conference discussing the Safe for Kids Act and the New York Child Data Privacy Act. The bills were approved by state lawmakers, and their goal is to keep kids safe from addictive social media algorithms while also making sure their personal data remains secure. The measures are now awaiting Governor Hochul's signature so they can become law. Central New York drivers are still feeling a little bit less of a squeeze on their wallets when filling up their vehicles. According to AAA, the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel is now $3.60. That's down 2 cents in the last week and is also 9 cents lower than this time a month ago. Right now, the state average is $3.62 a gallon, while nationally it's $3.44. And Dick Van Dyke is now the oldest Daytime Emmys winner in history. On Friday night, the 98-year-old actor and comedian won a statue for his guest role on the soap opera Days of Our Lives. He's also now the oldest Daytime Emmys nominee ever. While accepting the award, Van Dyke said, "This tops a lifetime of 80 years in the business." It is 7:07. Your weather forecast is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
Here's the latest from the WIDX Weather Center. Today, mainly cloudy, a few showers this afternoon, high only 60. Tonight, cloudy, low 50. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, high near 70. And Wednesday, a little more normal, partly cloudy, 75. That's the latest. I'm Mike Johnson for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
All right, now 55 degrees under cloudy skies at 7:08. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43 local contractors. The Mets managed to split their London series after rallying for a 6-5 win over the Philadelphia Phillies. Reed Garrett was credited with a victory after allowing 1 run over an inning and 2/3 of relief. New York is now 4th in the NL East at 28-36, and they'll host the Miami Marlins for a 3-game series that begins tomorrow night at Citi Field, a series they have the opportunity to make significant ground up with. The Yankees salvaged their series finale against the Dodgers with a 6-4 victory in the Bronx. Caleb Ferguson was credited with his first win of the year after striking out 1 batter without allowing a run in his relief appearance. Hopefully, Juan Soto's injuries are not as bad as people may think, and he'll be back in the lineup shortly because there's definitely a different energy on the team without him there. Aaron Judge remained hot, however, as he, Oswaldo Cabrera, and Trent Grisham all went deep for New York. They are still atop the AL East at 46-21. They'll visit the Royals for a 4-game series that begins tonight. In the NBA Finals, the Celtics have taken a 2-0 lead over the Dallas Mavericks. The series continues with Game 3 Wednesday in Dallas. The Panthers are hoping to defend on home ice in the Stanley Cup tonight. Florida earned a 3-0 victory in Game 1 over the Oilers to grab an early lead in the best-of-7 series. Caitlin Clark is excited to watch the U.S. women's basketball team compete in the upcoming summer games. The top pick from the 2024 WNBA draft was not included on the team's roster for the Paris Olympics. Clark said that she isn't disappointed, but now has something to work towards and will use the snub as a little more motivation for the future. The Indiana Fever guard also mentioned that USA basketball officials contacted her before the news was leaked out. And Kyle Larson took home the checkered flag in a frenetic finish at Sonoma Raceway. The driver of the number 5 car made a late pass on Martin Truex Jr. and led the final handful of laps to claim first place in the Toyota Save Mart 350. Truex Jr. ran out of gas on the final lap and finished 27th. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:10.
Have you seen there's a new series on that is, it's called Clipped. And,
no, I haven't seen this.
It says that the series is older. Is it an older series? No, it can't be. It's brand new.
No, we're into that Inventing Anna right now, which you watched, I think, a long time ago.
Okay, yeah, we did. All right, it's called Clipped. It's a TV mini series featuring Lawrence Fishburne. What's his name from Married with Children? And I got to tell you, they have done an amazing job they have just done such an incredible job casting for this thing. Like remember the story with, you're familiar with the story with the Clippers? This is the story about Donald Sterling.
Oh, yes.
She taped him
doing the racist, making the racist remarks and all that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But the woman who plays V, Cleopatra Coleman, is perfectly casted, and so is Sterling's wife, who's played by Jackie Weaver. They look. I mean, when you go back and look at old YouTube videos, you think you're watching.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's pretty cool. Anyway, 2 episodes have run already, available on Hulu if you haven't, and I believe it's an FX series. So check it out if you've not seen it. It is really good and really real. And not that long ago, right, that this whole thing went down.
No.
And he was banned. He was banned from the NBA.
You're
completely.
talking about Donald Sterling?
That's what I'm talking about, Davey. Have you seen any of this series? It's pretty good.
I've seen clips of it. I think I'm going to intrigued by it to watch it.
Yeah, I think you should. It's on Hulu. It's pretty good. And they only have 2 episodes up there right now. All right, what else do I have?
You got Kathy on the line about her weekend at the track.
Okay, we'll get to that coming up.
Yes.
Couple things for you. Up on our website, there are this is going to benefit hospice. There's an auction going on, and today is the last day to get a bid in. We're talking about tickets that are right up front seats for a show that is coming up. I believe it's in Ohio. Anyway, it benefits hospice. And you can, I believe there are 3 pairs of tickets, or 4, something like that, up on the website right now. We'll talk to Elaine, who will be in a little later this morning to explain the whole thing. But it's your opportunity to get up and close and watch the Rolling Stones in concert. And it's for Saturday, a show that is in Cleveland on Saturday. So it'll be this Saturday at 8 o'clock.
Wow.
But today is the auction. So the online auction goes through today. Winners will be announced at 11 a.m. today, and you can still bid.
So this is for front row seats for the Stones?
I believe there are front row seats. There are other seats as well, but these are all right up close.
Wow.
Like we're talking section A, row A4, row 3. They're the pair of, you know what a pair of those tickets cost?
Oh, I can't even imagine.
$3,400.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All of these are $3,400 tickets. They have 2 pairs in section A2, row 7. So again, the 7th row. These are 7th row tickets. $3,400 tickets, and then they have 3 pairs of tickets in seats section A5. Those are only $2,300 for the pair.
Only.
But you can get in on the auction, and you can put a bid in, and who knows, you may end up with the tickets today. Today is the end. At 11 a.m. today, they'll actually name the winner. Also this morning, I want to tell you, the Boilermaker, you can sing the national anthem. If you can do it, our anthem contest for the Boilermaker post-race party is a week from tomorrow, 6 p.m. at Babes. Are you able to sing? Can you sing? Are you an amazing singer?
Yes.
Do you want to be the singer who's singing the national anthem in front of 40,000 people? We'll have a sing-off coming up on Tuesday night, 6 p.m. at Babes.
This is exciting. So how's this going to work? Is it going to be, a panel of judges that ultimately makes the decision?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
And then would you like to win windows? I think the contest is called Win Keeler's Windows. We had New York Sash Windows put in the other day. They did just a tremendous job. And we had like a bathroom window plus 4 double hung windows that were put in, and you could win the windows that we won.
Those are like the Rolls Royce of windows.
Beautiful, beautiful windows they are.
Lifetime
they have the grids,
warranty.
triple grade, lifetime warranty, all of that. And all you have to do is go to NewYorkSash.com/Keeler and register to win right at New York Sash's website. There's no purchase necessary. NewYorkSash.com/Keeler. And at the end of the month, we'll give these windows away, and you could be the winner.
Pretty exciting.
No purchase is necessary. So you don't win the windows, and they're like, well, now you got to buy so many windows in order for us. None of that. If you decide, I just want these windows, that's all you have. And maybe next year you do more. That's what we've done. We did some of the windows, then a continuation of that last year, and then this year is the final step.
Yeah, do the front ones and then the back ones, or
Sure.
pick 4 that are the worst in the worst shape in your home.
Well, and you may be getting air coming in, hard to open. These are just beautiful windows, and they make all the difference in the world when it comes to the look and the energy efficiency of your home. Kathy, I'm going to get to you in a second. First, though, John in Bridgewater. Hi, John. Good morning.
Hey, Bill, real quick. How you doing this morning?
Good.
Hey, I got a question for you. All the heart patients that don't go to Wynn, they get sent to Syracuse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now there's a huge backlog of people to wait because a coworker's sister went there for a triple bypass. She's still waiting for a bed.
Yeah.
So now they're oversaturating in Syracuse now. I'm just wondering.
Well, I knew that
I
knew there was a person that needed to go, and
Right.
they ended up staying in Utica for a week until they could get a bed. That was a couple of weeks ago.
Wow. Well,
yeah,
this was last week, and, well, she's still out there waiting. So
Wow.
they're over now. I don't know how long before Utica's going to be opening up. Anybody know or no?
I do not know the answer. We'll maybe get an
all right,
update this week. We'll work on
I
that.
was just curious if you knew about the backlog.
The
over there.
backlog. Well, I only know, as we mentioned, that there was somebody that had reached out to us and said that their loved one was sitting there waiting. This was one of the original stories when they first did this.
Right.
That they had waited for a week for a bed at that time. This was when this first happened to get into Syracuse. So
She went there, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, and she's still waiting for a bed. So I'd like, triple bypass. Anyway, so, all right. Well,
okay, we'll see what we can find out. Thanks, John.
All right, thanks, Bill.
Kathy in Rome was in Saratoga over the weekend. She went up for the Belmont Stakes and is on the line right now. How was your weekend in Saratoga?
Drum roll, please.
Oh, it was wonderful. I always enjoy going there. I say sooner or later, if my husband retires, maybe we'll just buy a house there and live there.
Yeah, it's beautiful up there.
I know a good realtor.
You could live up there with Bill Parcells.
Do you? Andrew, do you go that far?
Well, yeah, I'll go that far if you want me to find you something. Most
Listen,
certainly.
Andrew will go to the edges of the earth for a commission.
I was going to say for Kathy in Rome.
For Kathy in Rome.
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
You know, I was more impressed with American Treasure than his victory than, the Belmont Stakes. But I'm still glad that I went and had a good time.
You didn't do the long shot, the 17-1 horse, the number 6 horse.
No, as I say, both me and my husband, we each had a different horse picked. And
okay.
I guess we better, give up placing bets. We don't do too well at times.
Well, it's kind of funny that whenever I love watching the predictors. What do they call them?
I don't know, the people who predict the races.
The predictors.
The ones that sell those little things outside of the...
Well, no, these are the guys on TV, so that I'm watching all day long.
The analysts.
And they're like, let me just tell you, there's no way the number 9 horse can't win. I mean, this is the best horse. This is the best 3-year-old in the world right now. There's no way that horse can't win. Okay, well, the horse took second, I think.
Anything goes. So
yeah.
I guess I'll continue to place a couple of dollars.
Sure, you're not breaking the bank. You're just doing it to have a little fun.
They say a fool and his money is soon parted, and I could easily be a big fool, but I'm not.
Well, that's good. That's good.
My pet peeve today, Bill, is My garbage didn't get taken Friday. I'm the only one on the street that's got their garbage cans sitting out.
Wow, it didn't get picked up. Just yours?
Yeah, mine got left behind.
Did you not tip them or something? I mean, are they upset with you about something?
They took my recyclables, but they didn't take the garbage. So
okay.
I'm hoping when they come to town that they'll swing by and pick up my garbage.
That is a little weird how they would miss that.
A lot of kitty litter.
Oh, yeah, that smells
that's not
nice.
good.
So,
okay, well, good luck out there,
right.
Kathy. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
I was going to ask if she saw any big celebs. I'd imagine there was a few at Saratoga.
There were several. Yeah. I mean, if you watched any of it on TV, there were a lot of names up there. What's that, Davey?
Rick Pitino and Bill Parcells.
Parcells was there. He lives in Saratoga.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And who was actually the horse that won was a former Major League Baseball player's horse.
Yeah, Andrew. Jason Worth from the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah,
is part owner of the hit.
Who now looks like he's a country rock
He looks like a Grizzly
star.
Adams.
Yeah, he's got long hair
funny.
and sunglasses. Yeah. He's kind of he looks like a heavy Kid Rock now. Yeah, weird. I mean, not weird. I mean, to each his own, right? James Terry is the chief of staff at Indeed Flex. Is it Flex US or Flex?
Yes.
Yeah. Explain what this is.
So essentially, and this is a big problem, I think, with a lot of the people who are dealing with student loan debt and things like that. You know, there was the promise made of, go to college. There was the big push, go to college, get a degree, and you'll be able to pay back that student loan. Well, actually, the study now says that 40% of recent graduates are not even using their degree for what their profession is.
That's interesting. James Terry, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
So this is this. I don't think this is and you tell me that I'm wrong. I'm sure you'll have the numbers to do it, but I don't think it is that out of whack. When you go to listen, when I went to college for broadcasting and radio and television, the number of people who are working in radio and television from my class of 200 students is probably 2. I mean, nobody seems to, and that's a very
niche profession,
this is
right?
It's a unique example, right? So the other thing is, if you go to pharmacy school, I would bet you the number is probably 90% of those people go on and become pharmacists. If you go to med school, you go on to become a doctor. But if you decide I'm going for business, who knows what you're going to be doing? Is it kind of like that, or it isn't? What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you, when I started my career, I was in sales, and where I worked, the best salesperson, you know what his major was? Art history.
Art history. Well, that's a great. Where are you going? Unless
he
you're
had
gonna
fun in college.
Unless you're going to teach or find some rare museum job.
Yeah.
You're going to have fun in college.
Yeah. So really, if you look at it, there's two sides to this. I think on one side, there's no doubt there are fewer jobs out there than there used to be. So year over year, according to Indeed data, job postings are down by about 13.4%. So there's less out there than there was before. Now, with that being said, though, as you've all seen from the data in the Labor Department, there are a lot of jobs. So
they're more. It's funny. There are less jobs, but more openings than ever before.
Yeah.
I don't know what COVID did to people, but they don't want to work anymore.
Well, there are less jobs than there were last year, but there are actually more jobs than there were in COVID. So jobs are down 13% since last year, but they're actually up 12% since pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So there's more out there. That's one side of it. But the other part of it is that, a lot of the jobs where there are increases are in jobs where you have to be in person. So jobs where, it's a requirement to be face-to-face. And I think that points to probably a bigger change. If you think about it, there's definitely there might not be as much out there. But the other really interesting component is that these people that are graduating from college now are used to an environment where there is more control, more choice in the way that they handle different parts of their life.
Yeah.
Right? You can order something on Amazon and get it delivered the same day. They have that demand for the flexibility that they want. And so I think that's the big change, is that people are realizing that, hey, maybe that college degree job requires me to work from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and that's not what works for me. I want to try something else. I want to do something that allows more flexibility, and they're potentially making trade-offs in that way.
Yeah. It is interesting, this new generation of American worker. They have many more choices than the average worker did prior to them.
Yep. They have more choices, but well, they have more choices, but also as consumers, they also have more choices.
Right.
You know, they can, as I mentioned, buy something and get it delivered next day.
Right.
They can order whatever restaurant they want to be delivered to their door. You know, when we were growing up, it was, you know, you could get a Domino's pizza delivered, and that was about all. And so these people are just, they're used to it, and that is seeping from their consumer life into their work life as well, where they want to be able to have that flexibility in the way that they handle, you know, their work life.
So, and if you don't think that the things that companies do and the offerings and the flexibility that companies have, if you don't think that plays a role, it completely does. And not just people, we're automatically, when you hear these stories, we think of people who are just coming out of college and going to work. But think about the number of people that are currently working. That whole loyalty thing, well, I can't leave the job because I would leave everybody in my department hanging. That I don't think exists anymore. So when you're working somewhere and you're doing really well, and all of a sudden you look and over there you could work only 2 days a week in person, and the rest of the week you could work from home, and you make a little bit more money. I think you're seeing those workers are taking those choices today.
There's no doubt, and I mean, working from home and making a little bit more money, yes, but I think that probably what's happening on the margins, and I don't have the data around this, but if you look at, you know, these surveys that we're seeing, what's happening on the margins is working from home a couple of days and making the same, if not maybe a little bit less money.
Right.
Because you know what? Not having to wake up as early, not having to do the commute. Those are all trade-offs that people are making right now.
You know, it's nice to be able to do your work and do your laundry at the same time. It's really something special.
I don't get it is nice, but I just don't get how people can be. I would go nuts. I would literally go insane. If I woke up, was at home, worked from home, then was at my home after work, and then never left. People don't.
I think you have to leave, right? I mean, otherwise you'll
out of there.
You'll go crazy.
Well, there's no. I mean, I don't have the data around this, but I'm sure you've seen anecdotally, and I've seen it before on the news. A lot of stories around mental health for people that are working from home, and it can be a little bit isolating.
Yeah.
And you know, it really, like at Indeed Flex, we look at a lot of this data, and we find that, you know, if someone is being asked to work further than 10 miles away from where they live, the percentage chance of them actually wanting to work just plummets. And so, you know, people are having to make choices and decisions around, like, well, am I going to be willing to sit in the car and drive for another 25 minutes? Or, you know what, maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have been an option. But now I have an option and a choice I can make. And so saying, you know what, I'd prefer something that's closer to where I live.
How about one more, and I'll let you go on this. It's very interesting. But some people, I don't think, are meant to work from home.
Yeah.
That they're easily distracted and may need more of a rigorous schedule or somebody keeping an eye. Otherwise, they don't end up getting the work done.
Yeah, they're almost distracted or
attention deficit a little bit.
What?
You know what the way I look at it actually is not with regards to people who can and cannot work from home because of the way they operate. The way I think about it, and I think it's so important for current employers, is new hires. Think about it. If you have people that are new to the business working from home, it is just so critical to make sure you're doubling down on getting them skilled and trained and getting them ready to do the job, because, you know, they're not able to turn around in their chair and ask the other subject matter expert next to them, hey, how do you do this or how do you do that? They now need to figure it out on their own. And if they don't have those natural connections being created, it needs to be thought about more rigorously by the employer.
It is also, I'd be interested. I have a feeling like in 10 years, when all of a sudden the trend goes back towards working at a location as opposed to working from home, I wonder if there'll be an increase in like awkwardness or an increase in harassment because people have forgotten how to work in a public setting. Instead, they're used to being in their basement or in their home somewhere.
You know what? It's something you could think about, but I believe in the inherent greatness of humanity, and I think that we'll
figure it out.
Yeah.
And I also think this working from home option isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
No.
Yeah. Nope. It's so only about 2 or 3% of jobs, 2.5% of jobs were work from home pre-pandemic. Now you're looking at 7.9%. So I mean, there's been a good almost tripling of the number of jobs, and we're out of the pandemic now, but that number it's still continuing to decline, but beginning to stabilize now.
Well, we've seen it here locally. One of the big companies, big financial institutions, BNY Mellon, closed down their physical offices and left and sent everybody remote. And I guess my other comment quickly.
So the people didn't lose
is,
their jobs there.
Well, some did, but
okay.
A lot of people went remote, and there's fears that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
But also too, I wonder, the mental health is an aspect, but I wonder about people's physical health and wellness as far as the work from home people. Not all of them, just saying, but maybe people are less likely to go to the gym now, or
I guess
eat healthy. They're at home snacking. I don't know.
Interesting stuff. I do know that I work from here in the morning, and then the rest of my work is from home every day. So I probably work more from home than I do on location like here. But I have a mix of it, so I'm getting both worlds. It's kind of interesting. So, all right.
Anything in life, the answer is somewhere in the middle.
It's somewhere in the middle. You're right. Yeah.
Moderation.
Yeah. Although we in media, we love extremes. We like to go one way or the other. Like, that spider that's coming down from the sky? I read a story over the weekend and said, it's not going to make it to New York. I don't know what all these people are talking about.
Just got a lot of clicks, Bill.
They got a lot of clicks, though. It's a crazy world. All right, James Terry, this was interesting. Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Have a great day. You're seeing a lot of it. And, this whole thing started by us talking about 40% of recent graduates are not using their degrees. But again, if you go off and sometimes people don't know what they want to do when they go to college. They just select a curriculum. And then when they get out, they're like, I don't want to do this. I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
Or I've spent all this money. How come I can't get a job in this? Well, you shouldn't have gone into that field because in that field, you're talentless. Right? I mean, I don't know.
Or there's no use for it.
Or, that's why it's so important for these guidance counselors to really try to find a way to connect with these kids and come up with something that, you go through that thing when you're in 8th or 9th or 10th grade where you start.
I want to be a vet.
Right. And they'll tell you you're best suited to be such and such, whatever.
You need the guidance counselor to say, you do know there's no underwater basket weaving factories in the country.
That's right. That's what I'm going to do. All right, Davey, this morning we're going to do Habaika's free money question of the day, and I've got a bonus.
Ooh.
I have a bonus.
Always love that on a Monday.
This is going to be exciting. So if the person doesn't win, we have a bonus. Davey, how much money are we looking at today for this Habaika free money question of the day?
$100.
Wow, so he is the big winner at Saratoga, and he's going to minimize the winnings.
I'm going to tell you this. So we'll do the $100. I'll do what you say.
Okay.
All right. But if they don't get it right, I have another chance for them to win on top of that.
Okay.
How much would they go for that?
It's even easier. I was going to say half, but I don't. Do we want to give away $50?
It's better than $0.
$50 is good.
So we'll start with 100. Plus, we're going to, as a consolation this morning, we have the food and fun card. Really cool, $25 gift card, and our throwback T-shirt is on the list as well. All right, so we have a lot of opportunities there, and a special consolation opportunity. All right, Davey, caller number what? What are you looking for?
Caller 8.
8th caller. Call 315-736-0186. 8th caller right now. Your chance to win from Hobica and WIBX.
It's the ultimate summer sell-off at Carl's Wholesale Furniture Warehouse. Price cuts up to 65% off with nothing held back. Only at Carl's Furniture, New Hartford Shopping Center.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top quality tires at unbeatable prices. At Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, we believe that safety and savings go hand in hand. That's why we offer the best prices up front on top brands including Summit, Nokian, Bridgestone, and more. With Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, you'll drive away with peace of mind and money in your pocket. Locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
Replacing your roof isn't a decision you take lightly. You want industry standards met with affordable options and a crew who knows how important a sound roof is to you and your family. Dennis Padula & Sons Roofing is your hometown roofers with deep roots in our community. Padula Roofers specialize in residential roofing projects. They're a GAF certified master elite roofing contractor who keeps their standards above the rest. Call 315-733-1564 to find out more about their Roofs for Troops mail-in rebate. Dennis Padula & Sons Roofing, your hometown roofers.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
It's the ultimate summer sell-off at Carl's Wholesale Furniture Warehouse. Price cuts up to 65% off with nothing held back. Only at Carl's Furniture, New Hartford Shopping Center.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMS, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/radio and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. hims.com/radio.
Thinking of a purple mattress this Memorial Day? Mattress Express has the largest selection and save up to $800 on select purple sets. Take up to 60 months to pay with no money down for qualified buyers on $1,500 or higher purchases.
The Utica Center for Development wants you to join the city of Utica's Independence Day Parade, sponsored by Master Vito Hyundai. Register for the parade, have fun, build a float, or just walk and show community support on July 4th. To register for the parade or to be a vendor for the 4th of July party in the park, sign up today at ucdevelopment.org. The City of Utica parades are brought to you by the Utica Center for Development, Master Vito Hyundai, Bank of Utica, and Save the Day Foundation.
Why do so many dogs suffer from weight issues, skin problems, messy poops, and low energy? It could be the popular dog food you put in their bowl each day.
Cody was sleeping a lot, wasn't playing.
She was very lethargic and not moving around.
Dry kibble just wasn't cutting it. That's why, after more than 45 years of experience of helping dogs make complete health turnarounds, veterinarian Dr. Marty created Nature's Blend. It's a freeze-dried raw dog food made with wholesome ingredients like premium meats, seeds, vegetables, and fruit. And once dog parents switch their pups to Nature's Blend, the results can be astounding.
She's got her energy back. She's running around like she's she did like 5 years ago.
Miraculously, she's just feeling all around better. She's like a new dog. Thank you, Dr. Marty.
Get your dog started today and save up to 54% off Nature's Blend. Plus, receive a free pack of our best-selling beef liver dog treats. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Text DEAL to 511-511. All dogs are unique. Your dog's results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply.
Hello, everyone in Central New York. This is Dave Letterman, your old TV pal. Remember me? I'm supposed to say something witty and funny here about Bill Keeler, but I've got nothing. Ever see a picture of this guy? That's a joke in itself. Anyhow, here's Keeler on WIBX.
Hey, the official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program is Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. Matcha latte. Matcha latte. It's green tea latte, and it's so very good. They also have 14 other flavors, including Almond Joy latte. And then another 13 other flavors on top of that. It's Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. Speedy drive-through, in and out. Also, the Move to Mazda sales event is going on right now. Ricky Z says, come on down. You're the next contestant on the Move to Mazda sales event. It's an opportunity to drive a new 2024 Mazda CX-30. Select sport model, only $275 a month on a 36-month lease. Or save with low APR financing, 0%, 1.9%, 2.9%, or 3.9% on select award-winning new 2024 Mazdas. See Steve Ponte Mazda for details. As Rick says, come on down. Let's make your deal on a new Mazda from the dealership that's achieved first place nationally in customer satisfaction. Steve Ponte Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Hello, John in Bridgewater. Good morning.
Hey, Bill. Good morning.
Are you ready? You're going to have 7 seconds to answer this question.
All right.
And if you get it wrong, we'll have a consolation for you. Okay?
Okay.
What do you want to do, Davey? Okay. Oh, and if you get it right, we'll still give you, instead of a consolation, it'll be a bonus where you could win another $50. Okay?
Nice.
That's what I'm told.
All right.
All right, so here we go. Here is your question. Andrew, you're ready to go?
I'm always ready, Bill.
This is for John in Bridgewater. Here we go. John, what is the rarest blood type among humans? Ready, go. The rarest among humans.
Golden blood.
What is it? Golden blood. Is golden blood. It is pretty rare.
It's the rarest blood type in humans.
It is. And in fact, if you have golden blood, you're dead.
Yeah, right.
I believe.
Is it O negative?
It is AB negative.
Oh.
AB negative.
AB negative. Huh. Oh, boy.
All right, yeah, less than 1% had that.
All right, so I see you're Googling away. Nice. Okay.
No,
it just came to me.
Rosie, Christine, and Kelly.
Very nice, ladies. Okay, now you're going to need their help again as we give you consolation opportunity. Are you ready?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let me bring in we haven't done this in over 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I am bringing in my mom.
Hey, all right.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Keeler.
Good morning.
We have decided that this week is going to be consolation week. If you win, we give you a consolation opportunity, which is half of what the amount was.
$50.
Or if you win, you get the prize plus a chance to double it almost. Not double it, but 1.5 it. You get to win half. So if you win 100, you get a chance to win 50 more. Does that make sense? All right.
Yeah, I guess.
John, the contest is, and it's been a long time since we've done this.
Yep.
The contest is Clothespin Lottery.
Ooh. And by the way, can I just say my day is officially made to hear from your mom, Mrs. Keeler. So,
Mom, if you would explain the situation. You have a dryer, and go ahead, explain.
Right. Okay, I have 30 clothespins, each one marked 1 through 30. And
Okay.
I'll put them in the dryer, spin the dryer, pick out 1, spin it again, 2, and then the 3rd number.
Okay. All right, John, so you have to pick 3 numbers. If you can nail one of the numbers, you will win.
Oh, I like this.
You're going to win the $50, okay?
All right, so it's 1 through 30.
1 through 30.
Okay. So I pick now?
Here we go.
Yep.
4.
Yep.
10.
Yep.
29.
Okay, good. All right, spin
It's
number
a good
one.
spread across the board.
All right, what number has come out?
Oh, she's got one of those nice new dryers.
That's a nice one. Oh, she's doing them all at once. Those are all the clothespins. I think we ought to do just one spin and then pull out 3 numbers.
Okay.
Probably what we should do, okay?
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 23.
Oh, close.
15.
And 15. All right, John. Well,
Oh, well.
All right, Mom. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Mrs. Keeler.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
And there she
Bye-bye.
goes.
Hey, do I
Okay.
get a T-shirt at least?
We are going to give you the T-shirt.
All
It's a
right.
throwback WIBX T-shirt. And in addition, we're going to give you the Food and Fun card. It's a
Food and Fun
$25 gift
card.
card. And so stand by. What do you think, John? This is a neat little week.
That was
I like
an
it.
awesome game.
Yeah, it's a good game. I mean, you have a chance of
Yeah.
think about it. You have a 1 in 10 chance of selecting one of the right numbers.
He was
And
close.
I still lost.
And you still
I didn't
lost.
lose. I got a shirt coming.
That's
so
right.
I won.
And the
That's
Food and Fun card.
exactly
And the
right.
Food and Fun card.
And the Food and Fun card.
You stand by. Davey's
All
going to
right.
hook you up. Thank you.
Hey, thanks a lot, man.
All right, John. Thanks. John is the debut contestant of Hobica's free money question of the day / my mom's clothespin lottery game.
I love it.
We used to do ping pong balls. Did I lose him, Davey?
Tell him to call back. John,
Yeah,
could
John,
you
you
call
gotta
back, please?
We used to do ping pong balls, but what would happen is when she'd pull it out, the balls would fall all over the place.
So John would have won the $500 on Friday if he had been the contestant.
John would have won. We would have said, no, I'm sorry, it's not coffee. And then I would have been corrected.
Mm-hmm.
Because Cafe Du Monde, which is a wonderful shop in New Orleans, they really are most famous for their beignets, but they're also famous for their coffee. And the question said, what is Cafe Du Monde famous for? And the answer would have been beignets or coffee. All right, Andrew. I just feel like the lack of responsibility
And accountability.
and accountability is the word I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
By a council person, Katie Aiello, is really a shame. And especially where she's got this idea in her head that, so I've been told, that we are a part of some conspiracy, and there's a group of people that want her removed as council person, and they have that opportunity coming up here in the month of June. I don't know anything about that. Don't really believe she should be removed.
Yeah, who's going to recall a council person?
What are we thinking here? What are you doing? She was elected. She was able to remove her opponent from the ballot. She won. She won fair and square, in my opinion. So, but this lack of, Andrew, thank you, accountability,
Mm-hmm.
accept the fact that what you did looks stupid. Accept that. I didn't even make it personal with her. You know, sooner or later, this is going to be political. It's going to be political. No, it's not political. It's not political. I don't know even what you're talking about. I'm not involved in
making things political.
In those politics at all.
You got to be careful with that stone in that glass house.
What I can tell you is we've had people who are against it, not because it's you, because what you did is stupid. Okay? It isn't personal. It's not personal. No one dislikes you. They dislike what you do. You see what I'm saying?
Or what you did.
Or what you did.
Maybe not everything, but
they may very well love your little coffee shop there,
mm-hmm.
which is so busy you can't call in. Maybe they love your little coffee shop, but they don't like other things that you do, like Complete Streets, which, let's be honest, the rollout of Complete Streets was a debacle.
Yeah,
it was.
I can attest to that.
And it involved lie after lie. I talked to all the business owners. I went up and down the street and talked to them. No, you didn't. If you talked to any, we didn't talk to any who you talked to, because the key business owners with the Complete Streets, such as the Stanley Theater, never had a conversation with you. I put out a video, and that's what I consider my conversation. All right, well, that's stupid. Much like the alleyway. Stupid. Okay? Why? Who's the a-hole that put out that's criticizing you? Who's the a-hole from it? That was somebody.
Yeah, somebody's comment.
She's taking. Okay, you can pick and choose all in your little tiny circle. It's so small that it looks more like a dot. You can pick and choose those people, but I can guarantee you there are a hell of a lot more people that agree with me on this issue than with your little period of people. Okay? Your little dot of people.
You're on one this morning.
Okay? I'm just telling you. Katie, I would bet the house on me and you going head to head with a legitimate poll, where people vote. I would bet you the house that it would be a landslide victory for those who think what was created in that square, in Franklin Square, they would agree with me and not with you. Okay? So that's how confident I am. Now, some might say, well, Bill, you think you have taste as compared to... Yeah, I do. I think that, I'm very particular on how things should look aesthetically. It would be important, whatever you put down there, for it to match the community down there, the neighborhood there. So you have Hotel Utica as probably your mainstay, would you agree?
Yeah.
You have Hotel Utica, you have Franklin Square, you have, a lot of brick down there, these classic looking buildings, much of what we are trying to portray elsewhere in the city. And they've done a tremendous job. Look at what Rob Esch and Tony Pacini and everybody else that was involved in that project over there, and all the MVHS people, and you can criticize all you want, but that even the parking garage is looking really nice. It fits the area. Aesthetically, it fits. No one's out there saying, why did you make the parking garage bright green? Why would you do that? Well, no one would do that, Katie. No one.
Why didn't we make it green and blue?
Okay.
My question.
So, with that, can we play a little of her video?
Yeah,
which to me
there's two that she posted that reference the
why
show.
Are you even going down this road? You could have come in and said, listen, we did our best. Here's how I would handle it. We really did our best. We tried to make something unique that people would enjoy, that kids could participate in without having their face ripped off from the glass particles that are on the ground there. We tried to do something, and while the contractor really worked hard, it just didn't come to fruition. So yeah, we have work to do.
We want to fix it.
Yeah. Instead, you're playing this little. How old is
victim
she?
card.
Oh,
I don't know how old she is.
This generation does not accept responsibility. It just pisses me off because I didn't bring my kids up that way. They accept responsibility because I couldn't stomach it when I heard crap like what I'm going to hear on this video. You go to your room, for God's sakes. And I'm sorry to compare you to a child, but in my opinion, in this video, you're acting like one. Play the video.
Here we go. Hold on.
You're up on
yeah, you gotta go to
co-host PC. Here we go.
What is the city for? What are we for? It's that simple. We hear all the time about what the city is against, what the mayor is against, what certain council members are against, and the media. But you don't often hear what is it replaced with.
Stop.
This is a constant pattern.
Stop it. No, we gave you all. We didn't do what you said we did. We didn't just come out and say that looks stupid. We came out with a complete solution. You should have taken what was there, which was already a wonderful base, and built upon it.
Just improved it.
And improved it and fixed it, as opposed to saying, I've got to do something completely new and different that sticks out like a sore thumb. We didn't just offer you criticism. And really that criticism wasn't even pointed that much towards you, to be honest. It just said what you came up with looks ugly. And, yeah, that's what I said, and I stand by it, and I believe most people agree with me.
And seeing this ARPA conversation about the alleyway specifically come up just sheds light on that. But for those new here, I'm making this video as a response to the WIBX interview about the alleyway. Now, most of you already know that's where my district is.
It's an article.
There was no interview. You refused to come on because you're too busy at your extremely, extremely busy coffee shop. Just can't break away to dial on the telephone. You can't break away to pick up the phone and make a freaking phone call. No, it's too busy. I mean, I got to get the Cremora out. I've got to, maybe Splenda. Where'd the Splenda bags go? Right? I mean, you are busy.
Busy bee.
Give me a break. And we treated you so well during that debacle of Complete Streets. We gave you all the respect in the world, whether we agreed or disagreed with you. All the respect in the world, and you try playing this game with me? Child. What a child.
You want to hear more?
Childish behavior? Go ahead.
Decided to use our $200,000 of ARPA funds. Now, to back up, this past Friday, May 31st, I got a text from WIBX asking if I could come on air and speak about the alleyway. Unfortunately, I was working, and I didn't see it until too late as it was.
Stop it.
So
When you were running for office and you wanted to come on,
I would get responses quickly. I don't even get responses anymore.
Responses. It was so convenient that you needed us back then. You wanted to come on. You wanted to get votes. You wanted to attack the people who were attacking you or play the victim card. You wanted to explain that you live in Utica. You don't live somewhere else. All of these things were absolutely, you were there. We were there whenever you wanted on. You were on. But now that something isn't as fun as coming on and promoting yourself because you're running for office, now all of a sudden you're just too busy to make it on the radio. Now, I don't want to tell you what it is, but I can certainly tell you what this looks like. Go ahead.
I never got to go on air, but I was also confused what they were even talking about. But it was a busy day, and I never really got to learn more. Fast forward to...
Really? You didn't know you were confused? I can't stomach any more of this.
You don't want to.
This is where I would be like, listen, and I'm going to tell you something. I am no, believe me, angel. You can ask my wife; she'll be glad to tell you
I'm no angel.
That life and life is a project. It's a project. It's a work in progress. I understand. I am no angel by any means, nor have I made every proper decision in life. However, when my kids would start with this garbage, I would simply say, and Andrew, you as an intern for me.
Oh, I've heard it.
You've heard this. Don't give me any stupid excuses. Just own up to it. Mm-hmm. Let's look at it for what it is and constructively move forward. Anything less than that is a waste of our time. Not just my time, but our time. And this is, sadly, I begin to think all the people who have criticized Katie Aiello and all the people who have, this whole thing about her being recalled, I think is ridiculous. If you're doing that, she was elected. Fair and square, she was elected. I think that's ridiculous.
That's the national thing. Kind of trying to.
What are we doing here?
We're
going to recall and impeach. Let's impeach her. We're going to impeach her. If we could only get 2/3 of the votes of the...
By that margin, it'd be pretty easy. Actually.
DPW, I believe, is the one that's the acting agency. This is not the way to act. I mean, accept responsibility. It's not that big of a deal. You took a shot, you swung the bat, and whiff. We get it. It happens. We all do it. Trust me. I do something in my backyard, and my wife is like, pull it up.
Ugly.
I don't like it. It doesn't fit. Pull it up. I don't sit there and I'm going on a video. This is what my wife did. You just don't do that stuff. We'll talk more on the other side.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Will he testify?
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That is the big question for Hunter Biden as the president's son returns to court this hour at his federal gun trial in Wilmington, Delaware. If he does not,
we could get into closing arguments and jury deliberations by this afternoon. If Hunter does testify, prosecutors have indicated they may put on rebuttal witnesses. That would extend this trial further.
Fox's Rich Edson outside the court.
Prosecutors built their case using text messages, bank records, including his ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, sister-in-law, who he was in a relationship with, to paint a picture of rampant drug use when he purchased and possessed that firearm and allegedly swore on a form that he was not a drug user.
After former President Trump was convicted in New York last month, he has to meet with a probation officer today ahead of next month's sentencing. He'll do it virtually from his Florida resort the day after a Trump rally where he called it a fake case.
We're screwed up as a country. We're going to unscrew it very quickly. It's going to take place very quickly.
The former president in Nevada after days of big fundraisers out west.
People are saying to themselves, were we better off 4 years ago or are we better off now? And it wasn't even close.
He made news at the rally by saying he won't charge taxes on tips, which is a major source of income for the massive service industry in Las Vegas. The Culinary Union, which represents the 60,000 hospitality workers, says relief is needed, but that Nevada workers know the difference between real solutions and wild campaign promises.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is back in Egypt, still trying to stop the war in Gaza.
The ceasefire proposal unveiled by President Joe Biden hangs in the balance, with no formal response yet from Hamas. Israel's rescue of 4 hostages over the weekend and accompanying loss of a reported 274 Palestinian lives may have complicated things.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. Blinken will later meet with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel after 2 war cabinet members resigned. America's listening to Fox News.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE. Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
That Trump rally in Las Vegas came on another hot day out west with the temperature over 100 degrees. 6 people were hospitalized, overcome with heat, and more of that is coming.
The National Weather Service is warning they've got more heat watches and advisories coming up this week. The worst of it for now is California's Central Valley. Then it spreads to Nevada and Arizona. Matt Salerno is a meteorologist for the Weather Service in Phoenix.
We already have an excessive heat watch in effect for south central Arizona starting Tuesday and lasting through Thursday, where highs are going to be, again, approaching 110 to 113 degrees in the Phoenix metro.
And if you have to be outside, Salerno is urging you to wear loose clothes, avoid working during the hottest hours, and
drink plenty of water throughout the day, more than you think you have to drink.
Jill Nato, Fox News.
Chaos at a rodeo in Oregon.
At least 3 people, including a sheriff's deputy, were injured after a rodeo bull hopped a fence surrounding an arena in Oregon. Police say the bull raced through a concession area into a parking lot before wranglers caught up with it. The crowd at the 84th annual Sisters Rodeo was singing along with Lee Greenwood's God Bless the USA as the bull ran around the arena. Video posted online shows the bull running through a concession area before lifting one person off the ground. Kathleen Maloney, Fox News.
If you drive, you've probably noticed the price at the pump keeps dropping.
Dropping 12 cents in the past 3 weeks and a total of 19 cents over the past 7 weeks.
Analyst Trilby Lundberg's survey of gas stations has regular at $3.58 per gallon. AAA's national average, though, is less at $3.44. On Wall Street, stock futures are falling modestly before this week's trading. In the NBA Finals, Boston beat Dallas again. 105-98, the Celtics now lead the Mavericks 2-0. Game 3 will be Wednesday night in Dallas. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 8:05. I'm Andrew Domenio. Cloudy skies, 55 degrees, very uncharacteristic of the month of June. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories in Oriskany Falls. For all your mobile home needs, it's worth the trip. Go to johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more information. Jury deliberations are scheduled to resume today in the murder trial of Daveri Griswold. The jury got the case Friday but did not reach a verdict on whether Griswold is guilty of having a role in the death of 11-year-old Brexley Torres Ortiz. The girl was killed in a drive-by shooting in Syracuse last January, and two of Griswold's co-defendants chose to take plea deals. If found guilty, Griswold is facing decades in prison. It looks like people who did not sign up for the Boilermaker 15K road race in Utica are likely out of luck. That is because organizers say they've now hit the 10,000 person limit that was set. Anyone still hoping to take part in the race must now either put their names on a waiting list, run the 5K instead, or register for a charity bib. The annual event is set to take place Sunday, July 14th. New York Attorney General Letitia James will be celebrating the passage of new legislation today. She's going to hold a virtual press conference discussing the Safe for Kids Act and the New York Child Data Privacy Act. The bills were approved by state lawmakers, and their goal is to keep kids safe from addictive social media algorithms while also making sure their personal data remains secure. The measures are now awaiting Governor Hochul's signature so they can become law. And it looks like young singles might not use dating apps as much as they used to. A recent report from Eventbrite found that young people are seeking out in-person events more and more to meet their partners. The event management platform says fatigue from the endless swiping on data apps is causing Gen Z and millennials to turn to more authentic settings like hobby groups in their search for a partner. Almost half of the Gen Z participants that were surveyed said connecting with others who have similar interests is one of the biggest challenges with online dating. It is 8:07. Your weather forecast is brought to you by the new Destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
Here's the latest from the WIBX Weather Center. Today, mainly cloudy, a few showers this afternoon, high only 60. Tonight, cloudy, low 50. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, high near 70. And Wednesday, a little more normal, partly cloudy, 75. That's the latest. I'm Mike Johnson for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Right now, we're at 55 degrees under cloudy skies. It's 8:08. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43, local contractors. Well, the New York Mets split their series with the red-hot Philadelphia Phillies. The final score from last night's game, 6-5. Reed Garrett was credited with yesterday morning.
10 a.m.
Sorry. Yes, it was
10 a.m.
later
game.
in the day in London.
It was a night game in London.
Yes.
Yeah, late afternoon.
Later game. That's what I meant.
That's exactly what you meant.
Reed Garrett was credited with the victory after allowing one run over an inning and 2/3 of relief. New York is now fourth in the NL East at 28-36, but they're making their way back to 500, and they have a good chance to do it, get closer to 500 as they host the Miami Marlins for a 3-game set that begins tonight at Citi Field. The Yankees salvaged their series finale against the Dodgers with a 6-4 victory in the Bronx. Caleb Ferguson was credited with his first win of the year after striking out one batter without allowing a run in his relief appearance. New York still leads the AL East at 46-21. They'll visit the Royals for a 4-game series that begins tonight at Kauffman Stadium. Meanwhile, the Boston Celtics have taken a commanding 2-0 series lead against the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals. Game 3 is scheduled for Wednesday in Dallas. The Panthers are hoping to defend home ice in the Stanley Cup Final tonight. Florida earned a 3-0 victory in Game 1 over the Oilers to grab an early lead in the best-of-7 series. So that continues. That series continues tonight. Caitlin Clark is excited to watch the U.S. women's basketball team compete, even though she was snubbed from the Team USA roster. The top pick from the 2024 WNBA draft was not included on the team's roster for Paris. Clark said she's disappointed, but now has something to work towards and will use the snub as a little more motivation for the future. The top golfer in the world is celebrating another victory. Scotty Scheffler earned his 5th win of the season after finishing atop the leaderboard at the Memorial Tournament at Moorfield Village Golf Club in Dublin, Ohio. And Kyle Larson took home the checkered flag in a frenetic finish at Sonoma Raceway. The driver of the number 5 car made a late pass on Martin Truex Jr. and led the final handful of laps to claim first place in the Toyota Save Mart 350. WIBX 950 News Time 8:10. If you're dealing with chronic pain, it can be debilitating and it can ruin your day, and it can really take a toll on your lifestyle. But there's a solution possibly for you right here on Genesee Street in Utica. It's Revive Softwave Therapy, which provides an FDA-cleared, non-invasive, and drug-free treatment for chronic pain, inflammation, and joint issues. I went to see them for my foot and ankle pain, and after just 6 visits, my pain went from a 7 or 8 down to a 0. So whether you're struggling with neck, back, knee, wrist, arthritis, neuropathy, shoulder pain, or like me, foot and ankle pain, they can help. A number of professional sports teams are using the technology, Softwave, including the Lakers, the Guardians, the Steelers, the Nets, the Giants, the Cubs, even Team USA, speaking of the Olympic team. Team USA using the technology for recovery as well. And if you mention the Keeler Show, you'll get a significant discount. Part of Discovery Days, you'll get a consultation with one of the doctors, a inaugural Softwave therapy treatment, and a treatment and recovery plan and assessment to get you healed the natural way. So get more information at reviveutica.com. That's reviveutica.com, or you can call them 315-725-8427. 315-725-8427. Let the healing begin with Revive Softwave Therapy.
So if you'd like to win in a bid, and this could happen today, you'd have to go this weekend. It's in Cleveland, Ohio. And it benefits hospice. Tickets to see the Rolling Stones. And we're not talking about any old tickets. These are right up close. Like, I think one pair is third row, second or third row.
Jagger will sweat on you.
$3,000 a pair of tickets. And you could win them in an auction to benefit hospice today, and we'll tell you how to do that coming up in a few minutes. If you can sing, the National Anthem singing contest is a week from tomorrow at Babes at 6 p.m. If you or someone you know is a great singer and they'd like to sing in front of, 40,000 people at the post-race party of the Boilermaker, we'll do our tryout coming up at Babes on Tuesday of next week at 6 p.m. So be ready for that. And how'd you like to win windows? Contest is Win Keeler's Windows. We have 4 new windows going in our home. We've split it up over the course of a couple of different years. And we're having the last set put in. And you could win those very same windows. These are premium, triple glazed. They're easy to clean. They keep the cold out. They keep the heat out in the summertime. And that cooler air inside. And they come with the grids inside and out. They're beautiful windows. You could win at no charge the very same thing, and there is no purchase necessary. Go to NewYorkSash.com/Keeler, NewYorkSash.com/Keeler, and you sign up to win. There is no purchase necessary. Do it now. The windows will be given away at the end of the month.
Why do we say we bring the fun to your backyard? Because at Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas, that's exactly what we aim to do. And a fiberglass pool can bring years and years of backyard fun. A fiberglass pool from Tucker Backyard is more affordable now than ever. Plus, with durability, low maintenance, and of course, beauty, it's the perfect fit for your backyard. Come visit our unique indoor showroom, including 3 fully functional pools, giving you a full hands-on experience. Or try our new interactive showroom and design the pool or spa of your dreams. Interact, design, review, and save. With Tucker Backyard service and knowledge, now is the time to stop by and learn more about putting the pool of your dreams in your backyard. Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas, 8086 Seneca Turnpike, 1 mile west of Big Apple Plaza. Online at tuckerbackyard.com. Visit Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas, Seneca Turnpike. We bring the fun to your backyard.
Hey, Jen. OMG, look how busy it is in here. How'd you get all these customers?
Yeah, this month has been a record breaker for us. For a long time, we had decent business coming in from word of mouth, but we weren't growing. Lately, though, a lot of new folks have been finding us online, and that's made all the difference.
That's terrific. I wish I could figure out how to do that for my shop, but I have no idea where to start.
Just do what I did. It's not as hard as you'd think. Go to mylocalcustomers.com to see exactly how many searches there are for businesses like yours.
Okay, then what?
If you see that there are a good number of clients searching in our area, you'll also get some suggestions for the best way to get their attention.
Do you think there are a lot of people searching for my business?
There's only one way to find out. Go to mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, easy, and free.
Go to mylocalcustomers.com for a free local customer analysis that will show you how many customers are searching online for your type of business. It's quick, easy, and free. Visit mylocalcustomers.com. That's mylocalcustomers.com.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top quality tires at unbeatable prices. At Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, we believe that safety and savings go hand in hand. That's why we offer the best prices up front on top brands including Summit, Nokia, Bridgestone, and more. With Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, you'll drive away with peace of mind and money in your pocket. Locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
Who doesn't love a great deal? We all do. And that's why Bremer's Wine and Liquor has carefully selected 8 very special wines and priced them under $8. Sure, we already offer hundreds of wines for less than $8, but these 8 wines are truly remarkable, handpicked by our experts. You'll be amazed by the quality you're getting for such a low price, including award winners like Wine Spectator Best Values and wines rated 90 points or higher by Wine Enthusiast. Reds, whites, rosés, whatever you're into, you'll find it. And we're constantly updating our 8 Under 8 selection to help you discover more new wines for less money. All of our 8 Under 8 are wines you'll love and want to share with friends. They're all hand-selected, deeply discounted, and they drink like you paid a lot more. Hey, you've got good taste, and so do we, for under $8. Adventure into great new wines with our 8 wines under $8 at Bremer's Wine and Liquor on Commercial Drive in New Hartford.
Keeler in the Morning invites you to connect with us through telephonic communication at 315-736-0186 or use the Call Us button on the WIBX 950 app. For additional contact methodologies, please refer to WIBX950.com.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Okay, we're talking about a chance for you to... I've heard people who've been to this show to see the Rolling Stones, and it's unbelievable, so I'm told.
Oh, it's amazing.
And Mick Jagger's still running around like he's 30 years old. Elaine is in studio right now. Elaine, good morning.
Morning.
So Elaine is a sales executive down the hallway. And explain how we got to this to benefit hospice.
Well, I've worked with hospice for probably 20 plus years. So I'm very familiar with hospice and palliative care services and everything they do. And back in June actually of last year, my husband, who'd been ill for about 5 years, went into hospice, went into the Siegenthaler Center, and we saw the benefit of what hospice, the gift that really they gave to us at his final days. So just an incredible organization. They're angels who walk this earth, and that's all I
incredible.
can say.
I had, I think I told you, my grandfather. But most recently, my uncle recently received services from hospice, and it's such a life changer for the person who's suffering, but also for the families.
It truly is. And when I say it is a gift because you can focus on your loved one during those final days, because the heavy lifting is on hospice, and they just take tender, loving care of them and the family as well. And I just can't say enough about the organization. They're just truly angels.
So we have here on the hospice website, and there's a story up on our website, WIBX950.com, where you can find it. You were able to come up with Rolling Stones tickets.
Yeah, we have 6 tickets, 3 pairs. They are floor seats. There are no more floor seats available in pairs. On average, they're about $1,500 per ticket.
Can you believe that today?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And we're trying to sell these tickets. Somebody was kind enough to donate them in Don's memory, and we're trying to sell them to raise funds for hospice. So it's in Ohio, the concert on the 15th. I encourage everybody to bid. It may be the last time you get to see the Rolling Stones.
Probably could very well be.
Yeah, I think too. It's a donation, so there's benefits to buying the tickets.
These are a portion of this would be a tax write-off.
Correct.
Right now there are the closest seats. I think we're talking about third row. You can see exactly what they are when you go to the website. $1,400 is the starting bid on one. This has only been up for a few days.
Yes.
So this could be, I hate to say this, but this could be the auction closes at 11 o'clock today.
Correct. Yes.
This could be like a real huge benefit for somebody where you walk away with a steal. So the bidding starting right now on item 1001, which is, I'm trying to see exactly where these seats are. You'd have to click on it to see, so I'm not going to do that. But I believe they're in like the first section within the first 7 rows.
Yes. They're amazing tickets.
$1,400 would be the opening bid. So basically, if let's say you bid $1,400, you would get them these tickets for the cost of basically buy one, get one is what that would be. So starting bid at $1,400, and then there's another pair that's within the first 7 rows at $1,400, and then a pair that goes back to maybe the 7th row, and the current bid on that one is $900. So a bidding is open until 11 a.m. today. What an opportunity for you.
Yeah, I mean, again, who knows if you'll ever see Jagger in concert. You're helping an amazing cause, and you're getting a smoking deal as well. So tell your friends, and if they're Jagger fans, all those boomers out there, take advantage of this great opportunity to help a wonderful organization.
Yeah, I read something from somebody the other day that is not a baby boomer and is somebody who's much younger. I don't know, in their mid-30s or something, went to see the Rolling Stones, couldn't believe how amazing the show was. Because you think about it, they've been having hits over the years for quite a while, and so the audience, I think, is much more broad than you might think.
Yeah,
okay.
That's probably the case.
The importance of raising money for hospice.
Until you experience it, you really don't know. But they just step in those final days, and it could be somebody who has a chronic illness who only has 6 months to live. You call hospice, and they'll assess your loved one, and they can take care of your loved one, be it at home. My husband, Don, was in the Siegenthaler Center, a beautiful 4-bed unit. If they're in a nursing facility, that they can take care of them there. So wherever that person calls home, they will be there for you. So.
And Don was a radio guy.
Yeah, Don had been in his entire career since he was in his 20s. We're in radio, and that's how we actually met. Was I was in sales, and he was I think our ops manager.
Yeah.
So.
So you're helping out a great cause, and again, what a deal you have a chance at getting. I don't know how many bids are going to come in before 11 o'clock today, but imagine getting a pair of tickets that are face value through Ticketmaster about $3,200, and you could walk away picking them up for $1,400 today if nobody else were to bid. So get your bid in. Go to our website at WIBX950.com. The story is up there, and there is a link to it from in there, and you'll see where you can purchase the tickets. So let's hope we raise some money here.
Yes, that's the goal.
All right, Elaine, thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
so
Thank
much.
you, Andrew.
Thank you, Elaine.
Let me go to Mike and Skylar. Hello, Michael. Good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah, well, I was listening when the guy was talking about the working home, and I wanted to give you a little perspective on it. Because I've been with the same company for 30 years. The first 17, it was always in an in-office setting. And then about after that, I got like a promotion where I got to work at home a few days during the week and then inside the office a couple of days. So I got to see that. And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And that's when
everything was probably home. Yeah.
Yes. Now, before I got the promotion, I was in the office all the time, so it was a little bit easier for that transition because I was already doing it. But I know exactly what he's saying when he's saying that when you're a new hire and you're going into that environment, it probably is a lot different. But some of the keys are, it's like you want to have an out. Like you know me, like I have the DJing, I bowl. Because you don't want to always be in home all the time.
Sure.
But I do find that I'm more productive because it's just being at home too. Because you start earlier, there's a lot of advantages. But it's important to make sure you do the right things when you
and here's the other thing. In most people's jobs, isn't it true that for most people, you have work that has to be done, and it's got to get done. If the work doesn't get done, you're going to be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So those are perfect jobs for working at home. Because you got to get the work done. Whereas I'm sure there are jobs where you're not judged in the same way, and maybe more difficult to determine if the person is really accomplishing things. Maybe you have to wait over time and figure it out. But at the end of the day, there are a lot of jobs that really work well from home, and
that's right.
Yeah.
And before COVID, it's like I was doing it. It's nice to do it at home, but like after COVID, and you're doing it at home all the time, and you're starting to see, oh my God, everything I'm doing at my job, I can do at home. Really, and that's the thing you saw too. And I think,
are you cheating your workplace if while you're working at home, you throw in a load of laundry and that's going on in the background?
You better put it down. Clock out. When you're putting
you do have to do that.
But remember, you get a lunch, you get your couple breaks, and you can utilize that time too.
Yeah, why not?
And
that's how I see it.
You get a lot more done with it.
Yeah. All right, I like it. Okay, 1 o'clock today, the Apple announcement today, and I'm hearing, Mike, that there's going to be a real advancement with Siri.
Siri. Yep, and I heard you say that earlier. I'm curious. You never know. There's always some surprise too.
You never know. You're absolutely right. Yeah,
that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yep, you never know.
I'll be listening.
All right. Okay, Mike. Thank you, man.
You're welcome. Have
a great day. Today is the day for the funeral of Chief Brooks. It'll be at 11 a.m. today, and very sad over the weekend with calling hours. What a big loss for the community.
Enormous.
And there's somebody, I don't know for sure, but I imagine, we had heard that he had been struggling for quite some time. In fact, we tried to get him in studio a while back, and he was unable to come on.
Even though he loved it.
Loved coming on.
Mrs. Brooks had repeated to us.
He would.
He was very entertaining.
As a guest on these airwaves, Chief Brooks would always make some shockwaves.
Yes, he would.
Whenever he came on, we certainly appreciate that. He just had a way to be able. People listened when he talked. He was a bigger than life personality, and his funeral will be later on today at 11 a.m. And we'll talk more about that coming up. So stand by. Okay, we're going to talk to Marianne Buttonshaw and also the Sentinel in studio coming up. Stand by. It's a Monday morning at WIBX.
It's the ultimate summer sell-off at Carl's Wholesale Furniture Warehouse. Price cuts up to 65% off with nothing held back. Only at Carl's Furniture, New Hartford Shopping Center.
The service was second to none. They cared about my home, was clean and neat when they're finished. Collis & Sons' generations and generations of excellence shows in the workmanship, which start to finish, sales, service are all there to help you. And they care about your home and the community. And that's why I would recommend Collis & Sons for any heating, cooling, and insulation needs.
Transform your home comfort with Collis' expert energy advisors. Like Gordon here, you may even qualify for no-cost upgrades like free insulation. Request your free home energy assessment at fredfcollis.com.
The Utica Center for Development wants you to join the City of Utica's Independence Day Parade, sponsored by Mastrovito Hyundai. Register for the parade, have fun, build a float, or just walk and show community support on July 4th. To register for the parade or to be a vendor for the 4th of July party in the park, sign up today at ucdevelopment.org. The City of Utica parades are brought to you by the Utica Center for Development, Mastrovito Hyundai, Bank of Utica, and Save the Day Foundation.
Rodney Atkins, June 20th, 7:30 p.m. at the Stanley Theater. Get your tickets now at the Stanley Theater box office or online at thestanley.org. It's the ultimate summer sell-off at Carl's Wholesale Furniture Warehouse. Price cuts up to 65% off with nothing held back. Only at Carl's Furniture, New Hartford Shopping Center.
Flag Day is June 14th, and the Frigo Agency and NYCM Insurance are celebrating with a flag exchange. Show your patriotism by flying a beautiful new American flag. Bring in your old, worn-out American flag to the Frigo Agency, 136 Clinton Road, Route 12B in New Hartford on Thursday, June 13th and Friday, June 14th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and exchange it for a brand new one. They'll handle the proper, respectful disposal of the worn flags. Don't have a flag? Just stop in and they'll give you one. While supplies last, one per household, please.
Replacing your roof isn't a decision you take lightly. You want industry standards met with affordable options and a crew who knows how important a sound roof is to you and your family. Dennis Padula & Sons Roofing is your hometown roofers with deep roots in our community. Padula Roofers specialize in residential roofing projects. They're a GAF certified master elite roofing contractor who keeps their standards above the rest. Call 315-733-1564 to find out more about their Roofs for Troops mail-in rebate. Dennis Padula & Sons Roofing, your hometown roofers.
Hey, I want to tell you about Fred F. Collis & Sons heating, cooling, and insulation. You know, it has been cool, and it has been nice to be able to open the windows up and let the air in. But the reality is we are predicting, National Weather Service is predicting, one of the hottest summers on record. Are you ready? Is your home ready when it comes to insulation? Your heating and cooling system up and ready to go? Fred F. Collis can come in and do a free energy audit at no charge to assist you in figuring out where you might be losing your money. There are currently fantastic rebates available for AC, furnaces, air source heat pumps, programmable thermostats, indoor air quality systems like air purifiers as well. And we're coming up to the end on Cool Cash rebates. You can get that Cool Cash from Collis. They'll assist you and walk you right through the program. Plus, we're nearing the end of the Collis Cap Budget Plan, where you can save on your oil deliveries for 24-25 season. The end is quickly approaching to take advantage of that. Call them today, anytime this week, and ask for the free energy home audit. That'll give you an idea of where you're losing money. Call 315-768-2323. Fred F. Collis & Sons, heating, cooling, and insulation.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Okay. So in studio right now is Brad and Megan from Morgan, I should say, from the believe me, we yelled your name out enough during the
I was
the
gonna say,
radio
I don't know how you don't know by now.
From the Sentinel guys, good morning. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, before we get into anything else, things seem to be going very well at the Sentinel.
They are. And
the reaction you're getting from the community, I find it very interesting, from local municipalities, in many cases making you guys the official newspaper. That's a big deal.
It was a huge deal. Becoming the official newspaper of Utica was really that next big leap for us.
Yeah.
We now have just short of 8,000 papers going out each day, and the OD's down to 3,600. So we've made the flip. It's been fun. Like you said, the municipalities have been really appreciating the coverage. So it's been fun.
Well, it's nice when you get stories that happen the day of or the day after, and not stories from 3 or 4 days ago. Or a week ago.
I mean, I hate to
not to beat them up, but
we'll beat them up.
Kick somebody when they're down, but you have a lot of former OD employees that are now working out of your location.
Yeah, well, you know, the biggest thing is to have boots on the ground. The people that know that best are the people that were in Utica, right? So without local reporters, you don't have local information. That's our bread and butter. We don't, of course, we have national and stuff like that, but you got to cover what's going on, and maybe the municipalities like it or not because we're paying attention to everybody.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
but it's been fun so far, and we have an app coming out at the end of the month that will match again what the other people are doing. So push notifications and all that stuff. When
That's
you
a
wake
big
up,
deal.
You turn it on, and you're ready to rock.
So that'll be by the end of the month.
Where are we? Yeah.
Okay.
End of the month.
I do see you guys ran that story, that video, that embarrassing video of Katie Aiello on the paper. Did they run it?
I don't know.
I thought they did.
I don't think we did. Again, if something that has some legitimacy, or we can get some other things. People have their own lives too, right? You know,
You do. I will tell you. I'm kidding actually, because I kind of just ripped on her video. But the reality is you're covering a lot of ground. And even I find that it seems that you're covering a lot of ground, even more so than what, and I believe this to be true, more so than what the OD covered before.
Between the west side of Rome and the east side of Utica alone is a big stretch, and then all the high schools, everything in between, and now our sights are on covering Herkimer better. You know, we'll figure it out.
And the high school athletics too, which is big. Yeah.
There's a lot of high schools. I mean, it's but those are our future readers. Those are what the parents want to see, and I remember liking that back in the day. So why not continue that? You know,
I remember we used to have Ron on.
Ron Mosier.
And it was a staple on the show.
Sure.
And giving the football updates during football season. And
how about was it a Riscony and who
Holland
else
Penn?
was?
No.
Little
Falls.
A Riscony and Little Falls. I know that a Riscony lost, I believe, in the state championship for baseball.
Yeah, we had somebody down there.
You still have big stuff going on. So.
Absolutely.
Okay. I know we're talking golf here though today, right?
Well, we're talking a little bit of everything. It's our 160th anniversary this month. So, Brian, I don't know if you want to touch a little bit about background of Sentinel.
No, we're just I'm the 6th generation publisher and owner. So we're just kind of celebrating that. 160 years has been a fun time. Hope to bring on a couple more generations, and again, just being committed to the community really gets us to that. Hopefully 7th in the next couple of years.
I think that's the biggest key. You know, you saw when big companies take over the OD, and that's kind of, there was that mentality as opposed to the local mentality of things.
Yeah, you got to know the vibe of the towns. You got to be here. You got to be able to talk to people to understand and just care. I want to see our cities succeed, and part of that is having media, keeping an eye on on businesses, on politics, and on sports. So and for 160 years we've been doing it, and hope to do it for another 100.
But it's interesting though, for much of the 160 years, you guys really were able to be that Rome newspaper.
Sure.
And interestingly, this door that opened for you over the course of like 155 years had never happened before.
There were natural borders. I mentioned it before. The OD did a great job for many years, and it was really hard to expand into Utica and the surrounding areas. And when they presented the opportunity, we had to. We didn't have a choice. It was a true do or die situation, and we rather support local and expand local and go from there.
It's funny. I do a new TV show. It's a real estate TV show, local, which is through Andrews River Hills Properties, and Bill and Robin Monjo host the program, and it's all local real estate. By the way, just saw a place this past weekend on Hinckley that is just the most beautiful place I think
there
I've
are some
seen.
gems around the area.
Oh boy,
there's some gems.
But interestingly, one of the features this week on this weekend's program will be the Little Falls Times building. The Little Falls Times is a paper that's had been around for years, but it shows you what can happen when an out-of-town company comes in and buys you up. First thing they did was merge with the Herkimer Evening Telegram, and now it just doesn't even basically exist anymore.
No.
So you see a lot of that. For you guys to be around as a local business all of these years is uncommon.
Well, it takes the readers, but it also takes the local businesses. You know, we all need the advertising dollars, right? But they want to pay for good content as well. They want to be around good content, and to have both good content and good support from the local businesses makes it possible. And without that, we're done. And like you said, having a Gannett or a Lee or one of those bigger companies come in, it's about the margin. What can they get for the margin over the 5 years, and then disappear?
Get rid of people, get rid of jobs.
It's creating those profit margins. You get
publish AP stories.
You get under 20% margin on any of these papers. They're putting it up for sale and or just stripping it until they can do it. So I get it, but it doesn't work in small towns.
Yeah. And it is interesting with all of this going on with the, people saying, well, people don't read newspapers anymore. That is not true. But I think the fact that they've been disappearing has completely opened the door for those that are still around to actually be successful.
There's a huge opportunity for local journalism in general.
Yeah.
If you can supply local journalism, whether it's in print or online and digital, because yes, we're adding about 5 print subscribers a week right now. Our clicks are going up through the roof on the web, but that's happened. There's a lot of opportunity. I think we just we bottomed out, and we're on the way back up to support local journalism.
All right. Okay, Morgan, what else do you want to plug? I can see
here's your opportunity.
With that,
your mind is churning.
Well, thank you. No, I love it. So for 160th anniversary, we're offering 160 newspapers for $160, which is 32 weeks. It's a 25% off discount, and you can subscribe at ursentinel.com.
Okay.
And then I want to talk about our golf pass, because Father's Day is coming up next weekend. This is the perfect time to grab a gift for Dad. It's $99 for 16 local courses. You can get that at premiumgolfpass.com. Great opportunity to experience 16 different courses in the area, whether you're an avid golfer or just want to get out there.
And our courses are awesome on there. I mean, like Fendera, McConnellsville.
We have a ton of
Crestwood.
great courses in the area.
Yeah.
It's a great place to golf.
Yeah.
It is one of the, I saw a statistic on this. And then you add the Turning Stone in with everything else. We have we have per capita a huge number of golf courses in this area. For an area that's a 3-season.
You think of all
lucky.
You think of all the southern states. There's a story on WIBX950.com right now. New York is among the top 10 best destination states for golf.
Yeah. Hard to believe.
Northeast.
Well, thank you for putting that up today.
Yeah. The timing is perfect. Okay, again, where do they go to grab that?
Premiumgolfpass.com. It's 16 courses for $99, and perfect Father's Day gift, or just gift for yourself.
When is 160 years, by the way?
When?
What is
June? It was June 1st.
Oh, it was June 1st.
Wow.
So
you're June 1st.
You have just celebrated that.
We've just celebrated.
Happy belated birthday.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
We are 100. So IBX turns 100 next year in December of.
Oh yeah.
Not this year, but next year.
It's gonna be a big party.
So
all right.
It's pretty. That's a pretty big feat for radio, which of course, newspaper might have been around a little longer.
Sure, but we had a radio station back in the day, but the FCC said we couldn't. Back then, you couldn't have both radio and a newspaper, so we sold it. And then they said, "Oh, wait a minute, this is probably a bad idea. You can have it," but by then we already sold it. So we would have had one down long too. But
listen, the last thing you need is two struggling industries.
No, exactly. Right. I gotta,
you guys seem to be handling newspaper quite well.
Sure,
Trust me.
Let's figure out what else we can get into.
You are so much better off. So. Okay, guys, thank you.
Appreciate the time. Really do. Thanks.
And I know we're going to talk to some of your reporters down the road, and we do appreciate local news. There aren't many outlets that are doing it anymore. We of course are among them, and you have KTV and UTR and Spectrum, and but the loss of the OD was a real problem, but you guys are definitely filling that void.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Right. We're glad to be here.
Good stuff.
Thanks.
Wait till you get to the point where everybody hated the OD. Wait till you get to that point. It's like where things are so
thanks,
good.
Bill.
Yeah, so good. And it's
look, if you're not doing something right unless you're getting some hate mail every once in a while, right?
I'm never reading them again.
Yeah. Hey, my door's always open at the offices. Anybody wants to chat, feel free.
Yeah.
We get it a lot.
The Sentinel. What would Mayor Hanna call it? The Sentinel. I don't know. I can't think of an observer.
The Daily Disgrace.
Observer Disgrace.
Yeah,
right?
that's what
the
he used to
Daily
call it.
It. Yeah. Okay, guys.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Quick break. We'll talk to Marianne Button, Sean. Coming up at WIBX.
Flag Day is June 14th, and the Frigo Agency and NYCM Insurance are celebrating with a flag exchange. Show your patriotism by flying a beautiful new American flag. Bring in your old, worn-out American flag to the Frigo Agency, 136 Clinton Road, Route 12B in New Hartford on Thursday, June 13th and Friday, June 14th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and exchange it for a brand new one. They'll handle the proper, respectful disposal of the worn flags. Don't have a flag? Just stop in and they'll give you one. While supplies last, one per household, please.
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
This is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Memorial Day savings at Adirondack Home Furniture is here, and that means time to upgrade for summer. For a limited time, Adirondack Home Furniture is offering 2 years interest-free financing. They're overstocked in every department and need to make room for new pieces. Upgrade to a new sofa, dining set, bedroom set, outdoor poly furniture, and more. Adirondack Home Furniture has a large line of quality USA-made furniture from top manufacturers. You'll find something for every room, inside and out. From modern to farmhouse, rustic to transitional, with 2 years interest-free financing, free local delivery, and a professional, knowledgeable staff, you'll have your dream home in no time. Plus, their salespeople are non-commissioned, so you'll enjoy a relaxing, no-pressure experience. Celebrate Memorial Day and save big at Adirondack Home Furniture's 2 years interest-free event. Stop in today, Adirondack Home Furniture, Riverside Center in North Utica, or at AdirondackHomeFurniture.com.
The Memorial Day deals are at Mattress Express. Take up to 60 months to pay with no money down for anything in the store for qualified buyers. Then save up to $800 on Stern sets, $800 on Purple sets, $500 on Sealy, and $500 on Tempur-Pedic. Only at Mattress Express.
There's no glory in getting beat up on the job. Aches and pains aren't trophies. They're just barriers keeping pros like you from getting work done. But Ferris commercial mowers at Clinton Tractor help you finish strong and feel good doing it. With patented suspension technology. Visit Clinton Tractor today for a test drive and feel the Ferris difference. Or go to clintontractor.net. Ferris, work hard, feel good.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code QUICK to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code QUICK for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code QUICK for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Rodney Atkins, June 20th, 7:30 p.m. at the Stanley Theater. Get your tickets now at the Stanley Theater box office or online at thestanley.org.
Hey, have you seen the new TV show Sold in upstate New York? It's a real estate program about real estate in Utica, Rome, the Mohawk Valley, the North Country, south of Route 20, all over, really. It's upstate New York real estate. And if you search on YouTube for Sold in upstate New York, you could watch the most recent episode, which includes an amazing. Did you see this place on Hinckley? Wow. Might be the best view on Hinckley, and it is just spectacular.
I did, and I'm not going to say too much, but it's been getting a lot of attention, that property.
I can imagine. Anyway, it's on Sold in upstate New York. You can check it out. River Hills Properties. Everything from the book, which is really the manual for the home, to the fact that your listing agent is there, no lockbox. Your listing agent is there every time the house is shown, making sure the house is ready to be shown. And if somebody has a question, there's a listing agent there who knows the property, who can answer those questions. If you're listing your home, why wouldn't you list with River Hills? Or call them to find out what your home is worth today. It might surprise you. Offices in Barneville, Little Falls, Rome, and Utica. Online is riverhillspropertiesllc.com. Call 315-896-1009. Remember, nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, I do have some comments here. Andrew, do you have some? Because I can give you a few here. Mike says one of the problems that is a hangover from COVID is affordable child care, or child care that's even available today. It's forced many workers to have to choose remote or part-time work. Greeley says, Greeley Ford, the Sentinel is the best newspaper in New York State. How about a Monday edition again? I'm jonesing for it. And by the way, Greeley used to write a column for the Sentinel. Joe Joseph says we were trying to come up with what are the people who take a look and pick the winners for horses all day with the Belmont? Handicappers. Joe Joseph coming up with a word that we were trying to come up with.
Yes, that was also me and Rome saying that.
Handicappers.
Big Honey in Hecla saying, Bill, if I squint my ears a little, you sound just like Trump when dealing with Katie Aiello. All you need is a nickname for her.
Does he have a nickname? Does he have one I can come up with?
No, I don't think so.
I was looking for a good nickname.
Yeah, Big Honey, we need a suggestion on that. Mm-hmm. And then we do have a comment from Lance and Lee, but that is for when Marianne is on. So he already has a Marianne question for Marianne.
And I have some others I'll try to get to coming up in a second. Marianne Buttonshaw, Assemblywoman, on the line right now as we wrap up this session. And Marianne, good morning. Thank you so much for coming on.
Good morning. I appreciate you inviting me today.
So, what's your takeaway?
Well, I think first and foremost today we know that the funeral of Chief Brooks is one that touches the community far and wide.
Yeah.
I spent many years working with him as he reestablished the fire academy and EMS service and so many others. I can just say that whether it was his community work at the food pantry or his professional work within the fire service, without a doubt, tough day for many people, including myself.
Yeah. Very sad. I mean, he was so bigger than life, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, he always used to have two sayings at the food pantry is we need to feed the greedy to get to the needy.
Mm-hmm.
As folks would show up in maybe a very nice vehicle, and he would remind us. And then when he needed something, front and center, that's what he would say. So, so I know that you worked with them, both of you, and I sincerely appreciate and the work he did, and everyone that is thinking of his loss today. I please accept my condolences. I know you just had the Sentinel on, and it's great to hear. I mean, the dedication and commitment to the community, whether it's the Walters family that worked so hard and now their son is there. When you talk about what we passed, we did pass $90 million for payroll tax credits over the next 3 years for a small, which doesn't include radio stations, sorry. But,
wow, yeah. That'd be nice.
That's all right. We don't really care.
You don't get paid anyways.
If it was coming directly to us. We might, all right. What is out of this session? What have we missed? What are we struggling with?
Well, I there's still a lot of struggles. bills that I was able to pass was one that when we talk about FOIL and FOIL request, I was approached that it's so important that individuals that work in the public sector need to be notified if a FOIL request is placed upon them. So this change is so important because it's public officers law that employees that might have had let's just say any sort of a police officer might have had a situation, and then in the next day or two that individual foils. It just reminds that public servant that something could be going on, and it's just something that was brought forward and requested. So being able to pass that to me was very important. I had a bill regarding coverage of cancer screening and in our volunteer fire service. And as the legislation moved forward, it was clear from many local chiefs that it has to be the state paying for this. It can't be an unfunded mandate. So negotiated right up till the last minute, and we're going to look at it more this summer. I put the legislation in. It's just a matter of ensuring that this gets moved forward. A bill, Aaron's Law, was a young woman that lost her life due to an overdose, and we passed legislation imposing on private sector to ensure they had opioid antagonists. This legislation tells us in the public sector, it should have been the other way around. We should have had our public buildings being responsible. As you know, in Oneida County, we're very fortunate. The county executive has already put forward many programs for this, but this is just something that would be statewide as you visit the Capitol or the state office building, that this would be available.
What about how do you feel we ended with schools?
Well, we got a lot of work to do. I talked to the commissioner. I know that I
think the commissioner coming here and seeing schools here and hearing from administrators was a good idea.
Yes, but now needs to come back and hear from teachers as well as other individuals that deal with the financial aspects. I was able to secure in a final resolution funding for the Utica schools, the Oriskany schools, because of the losses that they incurred with foundation aid.
Okay.
But I have more schools to go. So to me, that's...
Rome is one of those schools that is struggling right now. So, but many of them are today. So, all right. Well, let's hear more as the week goes on. Marianne, we appreciate it as always. I know today is a tough day with the funeral of Chief Brooks, and again, a great man for the community. Really a sad day for this area.
Yes, and I appreciate you reminding us. We did pass a resolution in the Assembly in his honor for the hard work and dedication.
If I can, maybe I'm speaking out of turn, and if I am, I apologize. But I do recall Chief Brooks was always somebody, he would be considered a conservative, was part of the Conservative Party, but is someone who would support the right person over party. And if I'm correct, he backed your candidacy.
Yes, always a great mentor to me, provided a lot of guidance and wisdom, and more importantly, to understand that a person has to represent everyone.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what party, it doesn't matter what philosophy, listening to everyone is the key.
Marianne Buttensham, thank you as always. We really appreciate the time, and good luck today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Andrew, you didn't get the time you wanted.
Well, I don't know what we're gonna do, so I just do what you want, I guess.
Okay. What I want. I don't know what you want me to do.
Great.
I did want to say that this is a good question for us to ask tomorrow. Aaron, so now we know what happened to Peter Franklin, the Gabby Cabbie. What about the professor from Texas?
Oh, Professor Alan Sachs.
Alan Sachs.
Yeah, good question.
You know, he had told us that he had an illness at one point.
Well, I think he's retired too, right? Smitty, did you hear something about that?
Yeah, we should kind of look into it.
Yeah, last I knew he was retired.
Maybe we can reach out to him.
We'll find out, Aaron. We'll see what we can find. All right, we have news coming up top of the hour. After that, of course, Brian Kilmeade. And enjoy your day. A cooler day for the next couple of days. Of course, we'll be back here tomorrow morning. News is next on WIBX.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
The First Lady is back in court. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, sitting near President Biden's son Hunter, whose federal gun trial has resumed this morning. The big question is, will he take the stand in his own defense?
If he does not and declines to testify, this all could wrap up very quickly. We could get closing statements and deliberations this afternoon. But if Hunter does testify, the prosecution has indicated it will call rebuttal witnesses, likely extending the trial through the week. They're arguing that Hunter illegally purchased and possessed a firearm and allegedly swore on a federal form that he was not a drug user.
Fox's Rich Edson outside the court in Wilmington, Delaware. Former President Trump has a meeting with a New York probation officer in a video call from his Florida resort a month and a day before he's sentenced.
The meeting is a pre-sentencing interview and is often conducted with convicted persons to prepare a report for the judge who issues the sentence. The former president was found guilty of 34